Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Malilla here for round 6 of the World Speedway Championship. We are into the second half of the season. We've enjoyed 5 Grand Prix so far, and we've had 5 different winners. But importantly, 2 weeks ago in Wrocław in Poland, Bartosz Marzlik leapt to the top of the table once again, his first win in the year. Thanks very much, Emma. Yeah, let's take a closer look at the track. This is opened up in 1993. First Grand Prix, 2005, 20th time we've been there. Looks bigger than 315 metres, but it rides fast. Plenty of banking, which is a big feature of this track. Plenty of width on the straights, over 11.5, 16.24 metres width, and plenty of banking in the thing.
Yeah, it's a good track here. It's conducive to good racing. And we've seen in the past it holds up with the weather well, holds the rain. And like Kelvin said, the banking is very important here and creates some different racing lines. We look forward to seeing that. Thank you very much. Yeah, good track review there from Kelvin and the famous Dirtometer. Here we see the riders being introduced. Kai Hülkenberg, the German rider, coming in as a replacement for Jack Holder. Showed good form and good speed at times this year. I expect the track will suit him today.
Looked pretty good in qualifying as well. Next man up is Nazar Pinitsky, finding it tough at the highest level in World Championship, SGP2 World Champion, and was a late replacement for the withdrawal of Ty Wuffenden. And Nazar Pinitsky, he would dearly love to win a couple of races this evening.
Number 415.
Next up is Dominic Kubera, recently back from that collarbone surgery. Struggled a little bit in Wrocław. His form hasn't been great this year. It's not only the GPs he's struggling, his league form hasn't been fantastic. So he'll be looking for better.
Yeah, Jankovic coming up, and I must say Jankovic has been an injury replacement on several times. He comes in for Jack Holder this evening, and Jankovic just recently, you have to believe that a final potentially is not too far away. Kvek growing in confidence, plenty of Grand Prix experience now, and he's taking this opportunity with both hands.
Yeah, here we have Anders Thompson coming in. He replaces Frederick Lindgren, the home hero. Those striking white Kevlars, he'll be looking to keep those clean. He can be fast on his day.
Indeed he can. Andrei Lebedevs, who isn't having the season like he did last year, he's outside the top 7. He was well ensconced in the top 7 in 2025. Second half of the season, he needs to up his game to secure his position in the Grand Prix for 2027.
Next up, Jason Doyle, the old warhorse. He's constantly in the wars and seems to be battling niggles every time we see him. Took a nasty crash in qualifying, but he's back for the main event tonight, and we wish him well.
Former world champion, of course, 2017. The man who was the fastest man in qualifying this afternoon, the European champion, Patrick Dudek, who will defend that championship, starts next weekend. But Grand Prix, and this season, particularly early doors, hasn't gone quite to plan, but just recently showing signs of much more improvement.
Next up is the Dane Leon Madsen. Quite a well-documented drama going on off the racetrack with his family, and it's no doubt that's had an effect on the sort of consistency of his performance this year.
So this man has come in and made a huge impact in the Grand Prix series. He's won a Grand Prix, the opening round, Kasper Verina, and there's no question that he has been a breath of fresh air. He's down in 7th place now. He needs a good, solid performance here in Malilla tonight.
Number 46.
Next up, Max Frick, the Australian, someone we saw win a Grand Prix earlier this year, dominated the first night in Bellevue, then crashed in Wrocław. Has shown plenty of speed at times this year, but just needs a little bit more consistency.
Have to agree, Marco Jepsen Jensen has returned. The comeback is on. They were talking about Bartosz Marzlik waiting just over a year for a Grand Prix win. This man has been waiting for 14 years. He won a Grand Prix course in Voyens in 2012, won the World Cup here in 2012, has fond memories of this track.
Next up is the Brit Robert Lambert, currently in 3rd place in the championship. Scored double figures on 3 of his last 4 visits here to Malilla, so he likes this place, and I'd expect him to do well tonight.
Good form, Robert Lambert, good to see. And now Brady Kurtz, he won here last year, of course, came so close to winning the World Championship, just got beaten by a point, 3 points behind, second half of the season. This guy There's no doubt he believes he can do it. Looking forward to the clashes with Smarslik tonight.
Here he is, the main man, Mr. Smarslik, leading the World Championship, wearing that golden race jacket. He's certainly back at the top of his game, and he's won 4 GPs here in the past, so holds no fears for him here.
Oh, he loves the place, rides the place, clinched the World Championship as well here, so he has lots of very good memories of riding at this part of the world, no doubt about that. So here are the first 4 races of the evening. We will see Kim Nielsen in heat number 1 here, and Jan Kvek, Michael Jepsen-Jensen and Nazar Panitsky, Smarslik, Kubera, Madsen and Lambert in heat 2, Lebedevs, Kurtz, Hülkenberg and Vorina in heat 3, and heat number 4 is Thompson, Frick, Doyle and Patrick Dudek. That is the first 4 races of the evening. Patrick Dudek electing to go with the start number of number 13. That means he has heat 4, followed directly with heat number 5. He'll start from gate number 1 and heat number 5. So heat number 1 is with us. Riders out on track. There's only a short distance. It's slightly claustrophobic when you come out of the pits here. It's a steep slope. You then come out onto the track, and the start line is right on the right-hand side. It's quite difficult to sort of really feel relaxed as you build up to the opening race of the night. And Kvek, who we've spoken about, his form has been pretty strong in the Grand Prix just of late. He's beginning to really find his feet. This man has found it difficult, Nazar Panitsky, there's no question about that. Michael Jepsen-Jensen has made some really good progress just recently, in the last couple of rounds in particular. I fancied for him for a win. Hasn't quite managed to do so, but he has some good memories of riding at this particular track, albeit 14 years ago, which is quite staggering. 34 years of age now, of course, Michael Jepsen-Jensen, but he is reborn and back in the big time.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a form man at the moment. His rise after that first round has been meteoric, so he'll be very pleased with how that's going at the moment.
Looking down the track, the whole arena, big area, of course, huge wooded area around, big camping area. Kim Nielsen's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Kvek's gate number 2 in blue, Jepsen-Jensen gate 3 in white, and Panitsky will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Heat number 1, round number 6 here. 20th time we've visited this part of the world. The gold race jacket is carried by the world champion. Will he retain it at the end of the night? Look forward to it. Settle in. Heat number 1, tapes up, we're racing. Charging into the first corner. Kvek just about gets there. Jepsen-Jensen trying to get round the outside, but he's then in trouble. But it's Kim Nielsen's done very well to maintain the lead. He's cutting back to the inside. He's trying to protect the lead, but Kvek again trying to squeeze around the outside. There's 3 abreast as they go into turn number 1 for the second time, and Kim Nielsen has ridden really well there to hang on to the lead.
Yeah, really intelligent ride from the Swedish wildcard using that inside line, but now Michael Jepsen-Jensen getting in on the action. We know he can ride the curve as well as anyone. He's shown that before this year. Kvek getting beaten up on the outside. He's gone from 1st to 3rd, but at the moment it's the Swedish wildcard leading the way.
Kvek coming back up the inside of Jepsen-Jensen. Forceful move from Jan Kvek to snatch 2nd place back, but what a fabulous start here from Kim Nielsen. This will absolutely delight the home crowd. No Freddie Lindgren, but Kim Nielsen does the business in heat number 1. And he is absolutely chuffed to bits with it. He was under huge pressure on the first lap, had to ride with eyes in the back of his head. You can see how much that meant to him. The fans are on their feet. They really are. It was a major disappointment when Freddie wasn't able to be fit enough to ride here this evening. But Kim Nielsen picks up the 3 points. Jan Kvek with a strong ride in 2nd place, 2 points for him. Michael Jepsen-Jensen finishing in 3rd, and Nazar Panitsky is out of the points in heat number 1. We will watch it again. This was a terrific opening ride from Kim.
Yeah, keep an eye on Jan Kvek though in the blue helmet colour. He makes the best start, elects to run up wide on the first bend. That allows Kim Nielsen to get in on the action. Kim was clever that first couple of laps, front wheel over the curb, just kept plugging away and worked his way up the inside of Jan Kvek. Jepsen-Jensen then follows suit. He moves up into 2nd. There you see Kvek loses a lot of speed there, gets on the back wheel down the back straight, has to come off the gas. But this shows that dogged attitude of Kvek. He doesn't give up. He fights to the very end. At this point, you could be you know, there are some riders that would look to give up, but he cut back and worked his way back into second. But great ride for that man, Kim Nielsen.
Yeah, smashing start from him, and you could see the way he celebrated. He really was pleased with that. His dad's in there, Tommy, who's always with him. They will be really pleased with the way they've got their evening underway. Heat number 2, riders are at the tapes. We'll see the world champion for the first time. Back in the winner's circle, of course, a couple of weeks ago in Wrocław. Bartosz Marslik, who celebrated like he'd literally won his 7th world championship. He could really see the frustration had lifted off his shoulders. And that might just be problematic for the rest of the field, because if he relaxes a touch, he could go on and win several more. The hunger still burns in the 6-time world champion, that's for sure. He's got his compatriot out here with him, Dominic Kubera. Madsen has won a Grand Prix this season already. But, he looked pretty usefully in qualifying earlier on. Bartosz Marslik came up second best. He's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Kubera alongside him, back from that collarbone injury. Gate 2 in blue. Leon Madsen won in Prague. He's on gate 3 in white. And Robert Lambert, who's been going so much better recently, he goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Kubera's made a stunning start. Around the inside is Marslik, trying to drive to the front. It's neck and neck down the back straight. Lambert trying to get into the picture as well. It was tight. That was a clever first corner from Marslik. He didn't panic. He went the shortest route, and he's managed to get himself to the front. Here comes Lambert now up the inside. Oh my goodness gracious me! 3 abreast down the back straight. Lambert forced his way into second place. That was a good move from the British rider.
Yeah, it's really tight first lap from all 3 riders. An electric start from Kubera from gate 2, but he's been muscled out of it. Marslik and Lambert.
Whoa!
Lambert showing loads of speed up the inside of the world champion. He dives into first place.
Brilliant stuff from Robert Lambert. Marslik elected to go wide off a turn 2. Mistake. And Lambert was in the right place at the right time, powered by the world champion, and fired himself to the front. This is a superb effort from Robert Lambert in the opening race. Heat number 2 is all about Lambert. Kubera back in 3rd, and Madsen missed out. But that was a terrific move. Marslik elected, he made a conscious decision to run wider in turns 1 and 2. Lambert held his ground and powered to the front. That's a massive result. And a terrific 3 points for Lambert, 2 points for Marslik. Kubera back in 3rd, 1 point, and Leon Madsen missed out. This was a terrific race,
yeah,
and a smashing move from Robbie Lambert.
Yeah, superb start from Kubera from gate 2. He takes the early lead. Marslik on the inside. He forces his way up the inside of Kubera. But keep your eye on Lambert in the yellow helmet colour. All race you could see his bike was pulling his arms out. He was getting so much traction wherever he put it on the track. You see him now stalking Marslik. Marslik's in front, and this is where... Is this the move? Not quite. This is the lap earlier. But you can see Lambert's got so much speed. And I tell you what, you do not see Marslik get overtaken very often. So take a bow, Robert Lambert. That is an excellent way to start your day.
Indeed.
Here it is. Here's the dive bomb.
Yeah,
up the inside. Quality move.
It was a quality move, and Marslik was expecting more drive out wide. Didn't happen. The track is dried, and he's a little bit untidy. But there's no question that... no panic from Robert. Bike was working well, hooking up beautifully, and a strong start in heat number 2 for the former world number 2. Heat 3 is with us. Riders are at tapes and just settling in. We see the world rider in 2nd in the world championship for the first time this evening, Brady Kurtz. There he is, blue helmet colour. Got knocked out. In actual fact, it was a little unfortunate because the top 2 in the world in Q1 earlier today went head-to-head. So one of them was going to miss out, and it was very tight indeed. And it was Kurtz that just missed out. Hence, he got not the race number he would have liked, but Marslik dropped a point in his first race. Possibly pilot error. I know that's hard to say, but possibly it was. Heat 3, settling down. Lebedev's needs a big night. Could just be the sort of night. He knows his place. He's ridden here for this club. He knows it very well indeed. So the lineup for the 3rd race of the evening is Lebedev's on the inside red helmet colour, Kurtz in gate number 2 in blue, Kai Hülkenberg in tonight for the injured rider, Kai Hülkenberg gate 3 in white, and Casper Verina off the outside in yellow. Verina, who has dominated the 2nd round of the Polish Championship, if he does that tonight, he'll be a winner. Here we go, tapes up, away we go. They roar into the first corner, it's 3 abreast. Andrei Lebedevs is hugging the inside. Look at Verina charging up the inside. We've got Kurtz on the outside, clouting the fence 2/3 of the way down, electing to go wide. Lebedevs is holding the inside and holding the lead as well. We've got Hülkenberg relegated to the back with Verina into third place. But look at Lebedevs, that inside run off the first corner, working a treat.
Yeah, certainly inside line working the best at the moment. There we see Verina and Hülkenberg duking it out at the back. At the moment, though, it's Kurtz in second, Lebedev's in front, and Kurtz has got no answer for the Latvian. There's Hülkenberg, he dives up the inside arm at Verina. Yeah, he says no room down that alleyway and shuts the door. But it's Lebedev's, the Latvian, out in front. Oh, and here comes Kurtz round the outside.
Here we go then, one last blast. Brilliant stuff from Brady Kurtz. He had to work at it. He was patient, he kept plugging away around the outside, and Kurtz steams to the front in heat number 3. Look for all the world that Lebedevs had that race well and truly under control, but Kurtz had other ideas, committed to the outside run, and finally, when he really built up the momentum, he was able to get the better of Andrei Lebedevs. 3 points for Kurtz, 2 for Lebedevs, 1 for Verina in third, and Hülkenberg missed out. That was a strong ride, impressive ride from Brady Kurtz, and out of gate number 2, gets the better of Lebedevs.
Yeah, it's Lebedev's in red that shows first, though. He makes the best start, front wheel over the curb going into the first bend, controls the first part of this race. Brady Kurtz, there you see him, hits the fence on the back straight. We see him do that a lot, does it at Bellevue, gets a little bit of grip, fires himself into the corner. There's that battle at the back between Verina and Hülkenberg. They were going at it the whole race. Here's Hülkenberg, he has a little sniff up the inside, and Verina says, no, thank you, that's my line, and shuts the door.
That was tight.
It was very tight, but we know how Verina rolls. And here comes Kurtz round the outside, sweeps round the outside Lebedev. He didn't know it was coming. Lebedev had no idea he was there. Really clever ride from Kurtz.
Strong start for the Australian. Lies in second place in the World Championship, but starts his evening off with a terrific 3 points. Smartly dropped a point in his first ride while leading. Interesting times. Heat number 4 will complete the first block of races. Riders are making their way forward to the tapes. And the racing has been good. The track's drying quickly. It is very warm today, very warm. And there is a breeze. It's been difficult to get a lot of moisture into the track. Wouldn't be at all surprised if we see the water car come out between races 4 and 5. There's the man who was the best man in qualifying, that's Dudek. He will start tonight from the outside. Max Frick, talking to his team prior to the meeting getting going. They had a good, positive feel about their chances this evening. But Dudek, with a few changes, just listening to him chat to Emma before we started the racing, well, feels that they're going in the right direction. Thompson on the inside in red, Frick's in gate 2 in blue, Doyle in gate 3 in white, and Patrick Dudek starts his evening in gate number 4 in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, start marshal moves away, the revs are up and the tapes are up now, and we're roaring into the first corner, 4 abreast. And it's Thompson around the inside. Here comes Dudek. Doyle was left very high and wide there. That was a brutal first corner. Here comes Max Frick. Frick's roaring around the outside of Thompson. Very wide indeed. Has he got racing room? Here comes Dudek now. Dudek puts himself into second place. Track has dried remarkably quickly, but Anders Thompson from gate number 1 looking good, but Frick is still trying around the outside. Be interesting to see if it works.
He is, but he's just losing ground at the moment. Dudek's now muscled in on the action and moved into second place. Doyle's not out of it, but it's Anders Thompson, the Dane, out in front, riding a sense. Moves up the inside of him, gives him a little bit of payback from that first bend shove. But it's Thompson out in front, Dudek close behind.
It is indeed. And this is a terrific way for Anders Thompson to start the evening. He will be chuffed to bits. Good ride from Thompson. Thompson in tonight replacing Dan Bewley, who we wish all the very best for his recovery. But for Anders Thompson, the former full-time Grand Prix rider, of course, starts his evening off with a fine ride, and the 3 points are his. Patrick Dudek back in second place, 2 points. Doyle comes through into third, and Max Frick, that outside run, just ran out of steam. It was just too far, and the dirt wasn't giving him the grip that he was looking for.
Yeah, keep your eye on Frick and Doyle here. They get to the corner about the same time, and Frick takes his compatriot out really wide out to the fence. And at this point, I thought Frick was going to build his speed up and try and do a similar move to what Kurt's did in the race before, but his bike's just not working the same as Kurtz's was. Here we see Dudek. He just edges his way as the race goes on up the inside of Frick, and Frick just goes from second all the way to the back. The outside not working for him at all. There's Dudek, our fastest qualifier, in second place, and he looked handy around the inside. He worked his way up from the back. Make a great start from gate 4. But he'll be pleased with 2 points from gate 4. You've got to maximise those, or you've got to make the best of those bad gates, haven't you?
Yes, and that's exactly what he did. But the inside gate, which historically is the best gate here, worked well for Anders Thompson. Slick track, dusty track, but it held no fears for him. The winners in the first 4 races are Lambert, Nielsen, Kurtz and Thompson. Lebedev, Smarslik, Dudek and Kvek pick up second places. Third places for Kuberi, Jepsen, Jensen, Dorr, Vorina, and out of the points, first time out is Madsen, Huckenbeck, Frick and Parnitsky. Okay, while the track grading's going on, Emma Jones is down there and Robert Lambert joins her.
Thank you, Kelvin. He does indeed. And Robert, that was so impressive from you in Heat 2. You seemed so in control when you fired yourself to the front.
Yeah, you know, the bike wasn't feeling that fast, to be honest, but managed to find some room there and able to get up the inside of Bartek and secure 3 points early on.
Robert, we were talking off air a moment ago about the heat. It's not the hottest event we've had so far this season. You've dealt with worse, but it is still pretty hot. How do you deal with it when you're out there?
Yeah, I think that's the hottest that's ever been in Malilla for me. It's always been raining, but no, you got to stay hydrated, keep as cool as possible with all the fans and stuff going on in the pits. But what can I say? I'm sweating underneath, but yeah, looking cool on top.
We were all sweating, weren't we, in Wrocław a few weeks ago until the floods came, until the rain came. But that was a great evening for you in the end, wasn't it? Yeah,
it worked out great. It was a bit hectic, you know, with the rain and 32 degrees for the practice, and yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare, but yeah, we managed to turn things around and get a good result there, which is much needed at this point of the season.
Best of luck for the rest of the night. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
Very good start for Robert Lambert, and his race time in heat number 2 is the best of the evening so far. Kim Nielsen, Brady Kurtz and Anders Thompson. That's the running order for the race times. Speed-wise, Brady Kurtz is the fastest man out on track, and that was in heat number 3. And Bartosz Smarslik and Max Frick. It just shows you he was fast, but he finished last. Max Frick, which is harsh, but unfortunately the truth. And that's the distance they travel during the 4 laps. Brady Kurtz going slightly further than anybody else, and everybody's first ride of the night. I just sense that, let's have a quick look at the gate statistics. 2 wins from the inside, 1 from gate blue, gate 2, and nothing out of gate number 3, which is often pretty much the toughest gate. And the points scored so far from the gates: 10 from the inside, 6, 2 points from gate 3, and 6 points scored from the outside gate. And Bartosz Smarslik just moved slightly wide, and it just showed you he was fully expecting where they'd ripped the track. And when I did the track report with Emma earlier on, there was more moisture and it did look really grippy. But through that first 4 races, the track had dried quite significantly.
Yeah, it had. It was, the outside wasn't producing the speed I thought it would do. But I think, as much as anything, in the race with Smarslik, I think Robert's bike was working so well around the inside. It was just bouncing across the corner. It was hooking up. So I think that was the key point there.
Okay, let's get some more reaction. Emma's working overtime. Brady Kurtz is with her.
Brady, that was brilliant from you in Heat 3. It looked as though Andrei Lebedev's had it, but you showed class as always.
It's always nice to start with a win. Little settles the meeting down a little bit, but yeah, start wasn't the best, but really good speed in the bike, which was nice. And yeah, I love racing on this track. It's one of my favourites.
It's one you're familiar with, isn't it? Why is it that you like racing here?
I raced here for a few years, and funnily enough, I wasn't actually very good here in the leagues, and yeah, went really good in the GP last year. So yeah, it's always been such a nice shape. It's good to race on. There's a lot of different lines, and yeah, it's a great racetrack.
I've got to ask you, because it's starting to look a bit like a two-horse race a little bit now at this stage in the calendar, isn't it? Does that add a bit of extra pressure for you?
I'm sure there's a few horses behind us running fast. So, obviously I'm trying not to think about him too much. I'm just trying to do my own thing. All I got to do is keep banging the points on the board, keep getting in the finals, and yeah, a few more races like that, and hopefully we can be there today.
Thanks, Brady. Best of luck for tonight.
No worries. Thank you.
Yeah, really good start from Brady Kurtz. Lebedev's, well, the first half of the race, you had to believe that he had that one truly under control, but as Brady was explaining, his bike was working beautifully and he was able to sweep round the outside of Lebedev's, get himself to the front, and it was the ideal start for the rider who came so close to winning his first World Championship in 2025. Will it be different in 2026? The way he speaks, the way he conducts himself, the World Championship cannot be too far away for Brady Kurtz. He looks like he has all the ingredients. Next 4 races for us are heat number 5 is Dudek, Nielsen, Smarslik and Hülkenberg. Good line up that one. Max Frick, Lebedevs, Kvek and Madsen. Now Madsen and Frick out of the points first time out. They need to change that. Kurtz, Thompson, Kuberi, Jepsen, Jensen, 2 race winners there. Panitsky, Lambert, Farina and Doyle in the heat number 8. But Dudek up against Smarslik here. Big matchup. Smarslik coming out of the worst gate. Dropped a point. Will he regret dropping that point? Fine margins in the World Championship, isn't it? And just Lambert being able to get up the inside of him. That was not very often you see that.
No, very rare. Smarslik, if anything, is that he's the one doing the overtaking. You very rarely see him get past. So not only was that a negative for him, it's a huge positive for Robert Lambert. It will have given him a huge boost of confidence to start the meeting by passing Mr. Smarslik.
The world champion, as you rightly say, doesn't get overtaken too often once he hits the front. That man who got the better of Lebedev's looked very accomplished and cool, calm and collected, as he generally is. Rarely do you see him lose his rag. He's a very professional guy. And I'm sure he was a little disappointed when he left Wrocław, but he's come back out. A couple of weeks to forget about it. He's come out all guns blazing. Now we've got the wild card out again for this second ride. What a ride it was in heat number 1. He delighted the home crowd. Can he reproduce it from gate 2 this time? He was certainly hoping so, but it's an extremely competitive race. He's got the world champion and he's got the European champion. He's the meat in the sandwich, Kim Nielsen. So let's hope that he doesn't think about that too much. The German Kai Hülkenberg out off the outside, looking for his first points of the evening. So a bit of running adjustments for the world champion. Not quite sure what was going on. Any ideas what was going on there?
Look, was it a clutch adjustment? I'm not sure. It's rare you see Smarslik go back to the pit, so he obviously has a concern. It's a pivotal race this for him. Gate 3, just after a track grade, needs a couple of points here. You know.
Yeah, 2 points out of this race will be job done. Yeah, absolutely. So track will be a little bit greasy. How he gets off the start, it's always rock hard on gate 3 because that's where all the graders go over, so it gets packed down big time. Dudek's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Kim Nielsen out of gate number 2 in blue. Smarslik will start from gate number 3 in white. And Kai Hülkenberg gate 4 in yellow. Dead right about it being a pivotal race. I know it's very early on, but Smarslik gets some points in this race. Sure, it'd be absolutely chuffed to bits. Green light's on. Ray, the tapes are up. We're away. Dudek's made a lovely start on the inside. And Smarslik's gone a very, very long way. And he's back into second place. That's good news. He's electing to go very wide again in turns 3 and 4, trusting that there's a lot of grip out there. Dudek's, oh, mate, what a decision. Confidence oozing from every pore there from the world champion. Electing to go wide, very wide on the first lap. And wow, what a performance. And he looks majestic out in front. Dudek back in second place.
I'll tell you what, he's read the track conditions like a book there. Headed straight out to the outside to build his speed up, and he swept past Patrick Dudek so quickly on the first lap. I didn't see that move coming, if I'm honest. I don't think Dudek did either. But what a ride for the world champion. It was going to be tough from gate 3, but he's made it work, and he will be very, very happy with that.
He'll move on to 5 points from 2 rides. These are really good points from gate number 3. Stunning ride from Smarslik. Dudek back in second place. Another point for the wildcard Nielsen, who moves on to 4. Steady work from him. the European and world champion, just in front of him. But that opening gambit from Bartosz Zmarzlik in heat number 5 out of the top draw. 3 points for Zmarzlik, 2 for Dudek in second place, 1 point for Kim Nielsen, and Kai Hülkenberg luckless tonight so far, 2 rides out of the points. Let's see it again.
Yeah, it's Dudek that makes a start from gate 1 in the red helmet colour, but keep your eyes on Zmarzlik in the white. He heads so wide on the first bend, heads out to that deeper dirt on the outside, and he's going, he's got 100 metres further per lap. But he's got so much speed. There's obviously more grip out there. The inside had been graded and was quite slick and overwatered possibly. There's Dudek, there's Zmarzlik on the outside, slow motion shot of him. Look at the body language.
Brilliant. But interestingly, he couldn't stay there. He had to protect himself a little bit because Dudek did come back to him.
Yeah, that's true. As the race went on, that outside line wasn't quite as advantageous as it was early on. So
absolutely. Yeah. So he made the move exactly at the right time. Heat number 5, all about the 6-time world champion. Heat 6 is with us. We'll see Max Frick, who was out of the points. He'll be very keen to rectify that now. He's got gate number 1 this time. Andrei Lebedev's not quite at his best this season. It's difficult to put your finger on it at a time. Leon Madsen was out of the points in his first ride. So Max Frick and Leon Madsen desperate to get some points here to get their Grand Prix underway and settle themselves down a touch. You come in after your first ride, you've been out of the points, you'll have all sorts of questions and drama going on in your head. Are we on the right bike? Have we got the right gearing? You know, to me, what do you do? Or do you just trust the fact the bike will work? Frick goes from the inside in red, Lebedev's gate 2 in blue, Kvek's out of gate 3 in white, and Madsen will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Green light's on, tapes are up, away we go, and Lebedev makes it. That bike drove beautifully to the first corner. He didn't make the jump, but by God, he did it drive to the first turn. He's clear away, and now Kvek round the outside. Kvek very much in the thick of the action again. He comes through into second place. And Frick and Madsen, surprisingly for me, are back in third and fourth. Madsen having a really poor opening up in the rise, but Lebedev's this time looks like he's got it under control. But keep your eyes on Kvek.
Yeah, really good start from Lebedev's again. It's the second race he's led tonight. Kvek's showing plenty of speed, but like you said, Frick and Madsen, they're off the pace at the moment. They need to make some changes. But Kvek now putting Lebedev's under pressure. Lebedev's had a little look over his right shoulder. He knows Kvek's coming.
Here we go. Oh, Kvek! Wow, Lebedev's had eyes in the back of his head. Slammed the door shut. Kvek's got one last chance. Round turns 3 and 4 and lap number 4. They roar to the checkered flag. Lebedev's holds on. But Kvek does very well to avoid Lebedev's when Lebedev puts all the brakes on and Kvek has to turn the bike inside out. Fortunately, they didn't come together. But for Lebedev's, well, he's having a good night so far. That's a good win, 3 points for him. Kvek, the 2 second places, 2 points, 1 point for Frick. And Leon Madsen out of the points in his first 2 rides tonight. That is, I'm not expecting to say that, to see that or say it. Good start from Lebedev's there.
Yeah, it's interesting, that start. He missed a jump completely, made a terrible jump, but his bike drove so well to the first bend. Whether that's the bike or whether it's gate 2 position, if it's got more grip, I'm not sure. But there's Kvek and Frick battling out on the first lap. Now, Jan Kvek in second place had plenty of speed, and as the race went on, he put Lebedev's under more and more pressure. Is this when he has a dive up the inside? Yes, it is. This was tight. Oh, backs it into turn 1. Then picks up, almost hits his back wheel.
I tell you what, he was holding his breath then.
So was I. And Lebedev's has no idea how close he was to getting T-boned.
No, fortunately not.
No.
But that's a good start for the evening for him, 5 out of 6.
Yeah.
And he's just been told about it. He can smile about it because he's come in perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
They might have gone upside down. Anyway, there we go. Fine margins in World Championship. Enjoying the evening so far in the sunshine in Malilla. There's the position after 6 races so far tonight. Lebedev's and Zmarzlik leading the way. That may change because Kurtz, of course, can go to 6 points from 2 outings. Heat number 7 is with us. And we will see Brady Kurtz in heat number 7 for the second time. And he can leapfrog to the top of the points table if he wins this race. He's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Anders Thompson, a winner first time out as well. He's gate 2 in blue. Dominic Kubera started well, then faded back to third. He's gate 3 in white. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen looking for better. Round the outside, I would suggest, in the yellow helmet colour. It was tight that first race, a bit untidy. It was tight at times, and he just found himself not quite in the right place. Here we go then, heat number 7. Some big hitters here. Long pause, very long pause, but Kurtz has got there. He'll hug the inside. Here comes Kubera around the outside. Might get to the front here, you know, Kubera, and he has done. Round the outside, good move from Dominic Kubera, and that's an encouraging performance from him. But keep your eyes on Kurtz. Kurtz won't be out of it. Michael Jepsen-Jensen is trapped to the back with Anders Thompson in third, but Kubera and Kurtz going at it hard for first and second. Yeah,
Kurtz got stuck on the inside on the first bend there, or opted to stay low, and Kubera swept around him. You can see Kurtz has more speed in second place, but I think Kubera is where Kurtz wants to be. At the moment, Kurtz riding, trying to force his way up the inside, force a mistake from Kubera, but at the moment there is on. Here he comes, dives up the inside into turn 1. Can he make the move stick? Doesn't look like it yet.
Kubera has ridden a really good ride there. He remained composed. He closes the door going into turn 3 and 4 on lap number 4. And that's a big ride from Kubera. Best ride since he's come back into the Grand Prix after the broken collarbone. Made the move early on, got the better of Kurtz, and Kurtz drops a point for the first time this evening and moves on to 5. Kubera with a really good ride there. That's a confidence-boosting ride. 3 points for him, 2 points for Kurtz, 1 point for Thompson in third place, and Michael Jepsen-Jensen struggling tonight out of the point in heat number 7. See it again.
Brady Kurtz from gate 1. There's the slow-mo of him. He makes a good start from the inside, controls the first bend. It was always going to be a judgment call for him, whether he runs up wide or keeps it low on the first bend. He opts to stay low, and then he's a little bit down on speed as he comes onto the back straight. Kubera sweeps around him, and I felt Kurtz had more speed throughout the race, but Kubera rode a sensible line. He rode everywhere that Kurtz wanted to be, really, and Kurtz couldn't do anything about it. But Michael Jepsen-Jensen at the back, disappointing ride for him. There you see Kubera, a little look over the right-hand shoulder. That's the line Kurtz wanted to be on, but up until then, Kubera had always been there.
Well, Kubera in the right place at the right time, made that move and picked up a really confidence-boosting ride for him. Hasn't been the season he was looking for, but that was more like it from the Polish man. Heat number 8 will complete the second block of races. We're going along very nicely indeed. Racing is warming up. Weather's red hot. Gorgeous evening. Healthy crowd. I mean, this is one of the better crowds I've seen here in Malilla in some considerable time. Even despite the fact that Freddie Lindgren had to withdraw from the meeting on Tuesday night, they've still turned out in their thousands here. Nearly a full house. Great to see. Heat number 8. See Lambert for the second time and got off to a terrific start when he lowered the colours of the world champion. Here we go. Benitsky's on the inside in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Robert Lambert. Kasper Verina will be gate number 3 in white. Jason Doyle off the outside in yellow. Lambert, if he wins this, will lead the Grand Prix. Everybody else has dropped points. Revs are up, tapes are up, and we're away. Benitsky's made a good start on the inside, but Lambert forces his way straight through. No hesitation from a confident rider. Really roared into the picture. He fires himself to the front. There's a lot of battling going on with Jason Doyle and Verina running wide in turns 3 and 4. Doyle hustling it back. Verina's been relegated to the back. But I've got to say, Robert Lambert is in top form tonight. He's looking really good.
Yeah, great start from Lambert, great start, really strong first bend, muscled everyone out to get to the lead. He looks fast in front. Jason Doyle, he took over second place. Left Verina absolutely no room on turns 3 and 4. No. I just had a glimpse of Verina on the back wheel coming out of turn 2, no surprises there.
Bit untidy.
But it's Robert Lambert out front looking, he looks $1 million tonight.
He looks very tidy. No such drama for Robert Lambert. Another lovely ride, and Robert Lambert, after 2 rides, unbeaten, leads the way. Terrific night of Speedway so far for him. And Jason Doyle recovering with a strong ride in second place. Verino will be thinking, what on earth happened there? Just didn't work out for him. But that man, Robert Lambert, strong qualifying earlier on today, and 2 wins so far this evening. 3 points for him in Heat 8. Jason Doyle in second place, 2 points. Panitsky picks up a point in third, and Verina just not able to get amongst the points in his second ride of the evening. Let's watch this again, but it's the way Lambert enters the first corner, you've got to be confident to do it.
Yeah, because he's not quite there, but he turns a little bit later than Panitsky on the inside. That gives him the advantage over him. He then runs across the middle of the corner, and it's a clever ride. He doesn't go crazy wide. He just goes far enough to pick up that little bit of dirt mid-track, and then he just stretches his lead lap on lap. Here we see Verina and Doyle first lap. Verina trying to come in on the outside of Doyle, who was already wide. It was a bad move, and he had no room at all. But there's Lambert. You can see that bike. It's not easy to ride. It's hooking up and gripping off every little piece of dirt and rut out there. Not easy to ride, but it's certainly fast.
Yeah, it's pulling hard. The unbeaten so far, and he's had gate number 4 and gate number 2. So really good start for Robert Lambert. Let's hope he can keep it rolling. Here's the position after everybody's had 2 rides. Lambert leads the way with 2 wins. Then Kurtz, Lebedev, Smarslik on 5 points each. And then we've got Nilsson, Thompson, Kubera, Dudek and Yankovic. They're all on 4 points. So very tight indeed after everybody's had 2 rides so far tonight. So water going on the track. Robert Lambert leading the way. Brady Kurtz and Bartosz Smarslik locked on 5 points. Lebedev's having a much improved evening. Got to say, Kim Nielsen, the wild card, starting strongly as well. That's really good to see. He'll be pleased with that and treat pegging away. But for Brady Kurtz and Bartosz Smarslik, they're like magnets. They just cannot avoid each other, and they're always in the same vicinity. Be interesting to see who goes straight through to the final tonight, because the top 2 after the 20 races go straight in the final. Then the next 8 go into the 2 LCQs. Now, got to say, Max Frick, disappointing start to the evening. Really disappointing, just 1 point. 1 point from his 2 rides. He's going to have to turn it around big time.
Yeah, he is. It really isn't reflective of how good a rider he can be. Here we see the fastest winning times of the evening so far. Robert Lambert tops the chart with 58.17, and Kim Nielsen second. That's from Heat 1, often one of the faster heats of the night. Robert Lambert two times in the top 3, so that shows you the type of form he's currently on.
Bike's working. He said to Emma, actually, the bike didn't feel too fast. Well, I'll tell you what, if I've got a slow bike and I'm winning races like that, I'll be very happy indeed. Gasper Arena, not in the points, but he's fast. So he just needs to make a start. Lambert, of course, is somewhere there. And Bartosz Smarslik. I'll be interested to see who's gone the furthest, because some of the moves early on were very wide. Well, Jason Doyle, there's no surprise, or Gasper Farina, because both of those were literally scraping the air fence early on in heat number 8. Robert Lambert, likewise, went a long way round the outside as well in heat number 8. So those 3 going and travelling the furthest. 2 wins off the inside, 3 out of gate number 2, 2 wins out of gate number 3, and just 1 win so far from gate 4. The points scored from those particular gates. Now let's run through this. 16 points scored from the inside, 14 points, 10 points and 8 points. Pretty even, no real, well, you've got every opportunity of winning races from all of the gates so far tonight. Lambert on the left, Brady Kurtz on the right, preparing themselves for the upcoming race. Got to say, it's building up very nicely. Kurtz is out in heat number 9, so he's just going to have a little look at his clutch, while Robert Lambert just organises his goggles and prepares himself for his 3rd ride. But for Lambert, good to see him. He started well this year, but made the final in Landshut, but then went missing again. But all of a sudden, last couple of Grand Prix, and the form has returned. And he looks a more settled character to me this year, 2026. And it's paying dividends. Okay, grading going on. Emma is down there, and Andrei Lebedev joins her.
A great night for you so far, Andrei. 5 points from 6.
Yeah, till now it's okay, And now I moved to the outside gate and need a keep focus and yeah, just continue pushing.
Well, you were actually put under a fair bit of pressure, weren't you, in Heat 6, but it felt like you really managed to hold your nerve.
No pressure. I lose many last rounds, you know. The rest of season, no pressure. Just, you know, enjoy my racing, you know, and yeah, just have fun.
We can see Heat 6 now, so is this how you handle it then? You don't feel the pressure, you're almost oblivious?
Yeah, hopefully. No, but like I said, I wanna just, you know, take fun from this all, you know, and enjoy my racing, beat another opponent, and you know, just score many points as possible and make my way to the final easier.
Love that attitude. Thank you very much. Best of luck for the rest of the night. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's had a tough start to the year. The first half of the Grand Prix season hasn't been what he wanted, and I would think he's probably been a bit frustrated, and then he's got to a point where, right now, let's just relax, let's just enjoy it a little bit more. And so far this evening, that's working. It was close, but he's picked up valuable points. The bike is good off the start, and I'll tell you what, if you're good off the start, then you're going to be in the bigger points. And that's what's happened for Lebedev so far this evening.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's probably worth pointing out he started with the gate 1 and a gate 2, with 3, 3 and 4 to come. Not ideal, so it'd be interesting to see how that bike works off the nice slick gate 3.
So the next 4 races, we've got Leon Madsen, Dorm, Nielsen and Kurtz in heat number 9. Heat number 10 is Verena looking to go better. He's struggling so far. Smarslik, Thompson and Jan Kovac. Robert Lambert unbeaten so far with Hülkenberg, Michael Jepsen Jensen and Max Frick. All those other 3 really struggling so far, desperate for a win. Dudek, Panitsky, Andre Lebedev's going great guns tonight, and Dominic Kubera last time out with a win, heat number 12. That also could be quite an interesting dust-up between those 4. The leader of the World Championship, there he is, gold race jacket on, quite relaxed, looking good, and a different man since he's won, because I tell you what, he wasn't relaxed and laughing like that in the first 5 rounds. No chance. He looked really focused and almost a bit stressed.
Yeah, and we saw that in the mistakes he made. He made some odd gate choices, he made some bad decisions on the first lap, and I think that came from the sort of stress in the back, the thought in the back of his mind. He was desperate to win a Grand Prix again, and it was getting to him, wasn't it?
Appeared to be, and he possibly just overthinking it a little bit at times. And the crash, of course, in the final in round number 3, when he elected to go from gate number 4 when it was wet, that was always a huge call to do that. And as it turned out, he just ran out of room, and that was a moment when possibly he dropped points he didn't need to. But the win in Wrocław in the previous round, well, looks like it's just freed him up a touch. Riders being released. Track grading has been completed. The racing is about to get underway once again. Heat number 9. Riders entering the arena. As I say, it's a little bit awkward here when you come down a steep slope, and then you've got very little room, so you sort of turn left and then swing round. If you want to do a practice start, there isn't a lot of room to do it. I always preferred, when I came out to the track, to be able to ride round if the start was on the other side, so you can just sort of relax a bit, get the bike set up, do a start, and then move your way forward to the start gate. There we go.
Thanks for that.
No problem. You're very welcome. Standings. Lambert leads the way. He's unbeaten. Kurtz is out this time. He can leapfrog him with a big ride here. Leon Madsen's out here. This is crunch time for Leon. Hasn't started the evening at all well. No points from his 2 outings so far. He has had the outside gates. He's had gate 3 and gate 4. Got gate 1, followed by gate 2 in heat number 16 for Madsen. These next 3 outings for him are going to define his night completely. He's outside the top 7. He's in 8th place. He needs to go well tonight. Madsen's on the inside in red. Needs to go well. Doyle charging hard. Gate number 2 in blue. Kim Nilsson 4 points, going well. Gate 3 in white. Brady Kurtz, man in 2nd place in the World Championship, goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Track has been graded. Bit of water down. See how it reacts. Middle of the track could be a bit greasy. The light is on. The tapes are up. Madsen was a bit cheeky on the start, missed it. Doyle's made a lovely start from gate 2. Following through is Kim Nielsen. Round the outside is Kurtz. Kurtz, as sweet as you like, comes at his compatriot, trying to get round the former world champion Jason Doyle. Looks like he's done it, and Kurtz is looking good now. Looking really good. Fabulous move from him. Doyle electing to move up the banking. Madsen now up the inside into 3rd place, but Kurtz, lovely move early on in the race.
Yeah, really intelligent ride from Kurtz. Kept his speed up on the outside of Doyle and just picked him off. Doyle struggling for pace a little bit on the inside. He's coming under a bit of pressure now from Madsen. Madsen's desperate for these points. He's struggling tonight so far. He looks better in this one, but he's going to cut back and dive under Doyle. He does. He moves into 2nd place. Clever ride from Madsen. Oh, but is he going to lose it back?
Down the back straight, very tired. I thought for a moment Doyle was going to be able to repay the compliment. Still not done. Kurtz is a country mile out of front. He's a comfortable winner. Tied for 2nd and 3rd, but Leon Madsen picks up his 1st points of the evening. Riders covered in dirt. A lot of water went down on a hard surface. Doyle was spinning up, couldn't find the grip. Madsen bike was working. I'll tell you what, Brady Kurt's bike worked a treat in those greasy conditions, and he flew out in front. Kurtz 3 points. Nice ride from him. Leon Madsen 2nd place. 2 points for him, 1 point for Jason Doyle, and no points for Kim Nielsen. That's the first time that has happened this evening. Let's see it once again.
Really good ride here from Brady Kurtz in the yellow helmet. Just gets across Kim Nielsen. He had to do that to allow himself a run round the first bend. Doyle at the moment is in front, but you can see his bike spinning a lot on the inside. Loads of wheel spin, too much power for the way the track was in that one. Here's Madsen, cuts back, dives up the inside, and Nielsen, we'll see him do the same move to Doyle. To be fair to Madsen, after a track grade, going from last to 2nd is an impressive ride. Here we see he's on the outside of Doyle. He'll see him coming, he switches back, dives up the inside. Good ride for Madsen, and he needed that. He's desperate for points, especially from gate 1.
Yes, and that's the minimum he needed. Absolute minimum he required. He has 2 points from 3 rides. He will need 2 wins, really, to give himself half a chance of a reasonable spot in an LCQ tonight if he wants to make any further progress. But for Brady Kurtz, going along very nicely indeed. He's on 8 points. He's just dropped 1 point. That was the first time. He's going to complete his qualifying heats with 3 outside gates. He'll have 2 gate 4s, and then heat number 20, he'll be out gate number 3. So he is doing the job that is required. Kurtz leads the way, but he's had a ride more than those riders just behind him. So that doesn't quite reflect exactly where we are right now, but nonetheless, it's an impressive performance once again from Kurtz. You're not really surprised. He is an accomplished performer. Verina's on the inside. He needs some points. Red. Smarslick, gate number 2 in blue. Thompson's gate 3 in white. Quebec will start the race from the outside in yellow. Raw into the first corner. It's close. Verina's got there. Right round the outside is Sparta Smarslick. Can he get to the front? Yes, he will. Nice move. Similar move that he did last time out. Gets the better of Verina as they go into turn number 3. The world champion. This is like blow for blow, isn't it? Kurtz win a race. Smarslick comes out, does the business. He's out in front. Thompson coming on strong in 3rd, but the world champion looking the business out in front.
Yeah, once again a smart first corner from Smarslick. He knows where to put that bike at the right time. He's now riding right on the bottom of the fence and showing plenty of speed out in front. Casper Verina, the action man, in 2nd place. Right leg off the foot peg, don't recommend it. But Bartosz Smarslick out in front, looking really good again, like you said, going blow for blow.
Yeah.
With Kurtz, anything he can do, Smarslick will go and match it.
Disappointment for Quebec. He's out of the point, some sort of issue with the motorbike. No problems for Smarslick. 2nd race winner of the evening. Moving on, he joins Brady Kurtz at the top of the charts on 8 points. Will those 2 go straight through to the final? There's no give between them. There's just simply not. They're inspiring one another. It's great to see. It makes a championship. You don't want somebody running away with it. And Kurtz has turned up after a disappointment of finishing 4th and losing the lead in the championship. But it's game on here in Malilla in round number 6. And Smarslick doing the business once again as well. Smarslick and Kurtz moving on to 8 points respectively. have the replays now. We didn't get the result, but we'll see the replays first.
Yeah, keep your eye on Bartosz Marslik in the blue helmet colour. Doesn't quite make the start, but has one thing on his mind. He's going to let the bike run high and wide on the first bend and pick up that deeper dirt on the outside to get himself more traction and therefore more speed. He sweeps past Farina and into the lead and stretches it from there. Farina was untidy in second as per usual, but never really came under any pressure. And there's Smarzlik looking class out in front.
Smarzlik picks up the win, 3 points for him. Farina back in second place, 2 points. Anders Thompson, 1 point in third, and Jankovic had a problem with his motorbike and retired from the race. But 8 points out of a possible 9, won his last 2 outings, looking pretty good, looks pretty relaxed. It's all building up very nicely indeed. We've got to wait until heat 20 before Kurtz and Smarzlik go head-to-head for the first time. Now, here's another man who's very much in this meeting, very much. Robert Lambert is the one that is unbeaten so far. There's some big reputations in this race, but they're out of the points and desperate for them. Let's just run through the lineup for you. Lambert's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Kai Hülkenberg, gate number 2 in blue. Jepsen Jensen there on gate 3 in white. And Max Frick off the outside in yellow. Look, they've only scored 2 points between them. Their leg is to change now. But Lambert on 6, unbeaten. Clutches her out. Great start for Hülkenberg. He nails it, the German. He gets himself to the front. It comes Frick round the outside, but Lambert trying to protect his position. Does well.
Oh, he's at so much speed.
Does well. And then for a slow bike, it's very fast. I know that doesn't sound or make a lot of sense, but by golly, that is a quick motorbike. It's pulling his arms out, and Robert Lambert looks like he's going to remain unbeaten.
Yeah, what a first corner from Robert Lambert. Everything he did didn't seem right, but his bike just pulled his arms off.
Yeah.
And he went through the middle of the 2 riders on the back straight and into the lead. The other Ashtec motor of his is working a treat. Max Frick, it looks a lot more competitive this time. He's moved into second place past Hülkenberg, but Jepsen Jensen struggling again at the back. Really poor night for him so far, but Robert Lambert out in front looks the business.
Indeed he does. That stunning move earlier on, bike working beautifully, fires himself to the front, remains unbeaten, leads the Grand Prix. 9 out of 9. Robert Lambert has turned up and he means business. Pretty impressive earlier on this afternoon in qualifying and has replicated that in some style here. He's beaten the world champion on the way to winning his first 3 rides as well. Impressive performance so far from Robert Lambert. 3 points for him. Max Frick picking up second place. 2 points, 1 point for Hülkenberg, the fast-starting Hülkenberg. And Michael Jepsen Jensen misses out once again in Heat 11. Desperate night for Michael Jepsen Jensen, who's been in stunning form in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, that is Jepsen Jensen in the picture there. He makes a good start from 3, but runs wide and just no speed at all. There you see Robert Lambert. He's in the middle part of the track. You'd have to say Frick's probably where you want to be, but Lambert's bike is working so well and he forces his way between Hülkenberg and Frick on the back straight, and from then on just goes further and further away. No one's got any answer for him. Here's the move where Frick swoops around the outside of Hülkenberg. Wow, that was tight on the back straight.
Yeah.
Very brave from the Australian. And he needed that. He's been poor tonight, but this second place hopefully can kickstart his evening. Robert Lambert, there he is on the back wheel. He looks comfortable, looks really fast.
Indeed he does. Impressive performance so far. 9 out of 9. He's got gate 3 in heat 14 and he's got gate 2 in heat 17 to come. Will he go straight through to the final? Every chance, with a foundation to work from like that. There you see the standings. We have 1 more race to go and then everybody will have had 3 outings so far this evening. But the top 3, that's how it could stay. Lebedev's could join them on 8 if he can win from gate 3 here this time. He's got the outside gates in his last 3 qualifiers. And Kubera, who rode really strongly last time, can he back it up here in heat number 12? Dudek's on the inside in red helmet colour. Panitsky gate 2 in blue. Lebedev's gate 3 in white, and Kubera's off the outside in yellow. Kubera looked very impressive last time. Can he roar around the outside and get the better of the opposition? Not much longer to find out, is there? Dudek's made a smashing start. They get to the first turn. Cabrera's doing it. He's able to go. Cool, blimey. He's in trouble. That was too wide, wasn't it? Didn't work out. Here comes Lebedev's having fun in second place. Relaxed, trying to just pick up as many points as he possibly can. Charges into turn number 1 for the second time. Lebedev's looks really useful in second place. Dudek having to work hard to hang on to the lead here.
Yeah, Dudek under immense pressure from Lebedev's in second. Like you said, Lebedev's new relaxed attitude seems to be paying dividends. Dudek, our fastest qualifier from earlier this afternoon, looks good out in front. It's Parnitsky in third place. Kubera made a real hash of the first bend, went too wide, almost ended up tied up in the fence.
Yeah.
But it's Dudek stretching his lead out in front now. Great ride from him.
Yeah, Dudek has just remained calm and composed here. And he's just eased away from Andrei Lebedev's, and Patrick Dudek is enjoying a terrific day. He was the best man in qualifying earlier on this afternoon, and his evening has just got a whole lot better with that ride in heat number 12, and he moves along nicely. Dudek moves into 5th place and onto 7 points from a possible 9. So an improvement from him, and it's all shaping up quite nicely. We fancied Dudek might have a strong evening, and so it's proving. The result is Dudek picks up 3 points out in front. Lebedev's with a solid ride in second place, 2 points. Panitsky 1 point in third, and Kubera out of the points, and in truth did very well to stay on. I thought he was going to get buried in the air fence. He just about saved it.
Yeah, he did indeed. Here we see. Well, keep your eye on Kubera. He goes so wide. He's actually rubbing the fence there. Yeah, his bike is. Watch the airbag there. You can see it. Yeah, makes contact. Very lucky he didn't get sucked in.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, his front wheel is digging into the bottom of the fence.
Footrest could have snagged it, couldn't he, and dragged him in. Yeah. So much danger there. Wow.
But Dudek out in front makes a clever start, clever first bend, and after that, fairly trouble-free out in front. Lebedev's put him under a bit of pressure for a couple of laps. But Dudek's quick, he's got speed. I don't see him getting overtaken much tonight.
No, it's a solid race card so far with 2 second places and a win. He's had the inside gates twice. He's picked up 5 points from 2 rides out of the inside gate. 9 points leads the way. That's Robert Lambert unbeaten. Kurtz and Smarslik there on 8 points apiece. Then we've got Lebedev's Dudek on 7. Then there's a drop to 5 for Anders Thompson. Kim Nilsson, the wild card, is on 4. He's in 7th place. Dominic Kubera on 4 as well. And Jan Kvek as well on 4 points after 3 rides. So it's all beginning to build up very nicely. We've got the top 3 that have moved away a little, but everybody's got a couple more rides to come. Very important rides, of course. It is important to try and go straight through to the final. The top 2 will do that. Then we have 2 last chance qualifying races where only the winners will join the top 2 from the qualifiers. So it's sudden death when you come out in LCQ. So anything can happen. But for Patrick Dudek, he's quite an interesting character. He's never quite sure if he's really enjoying it or not, but he's riding well this evening. And of course, Brady Kurtz, who looks very relaxed, going along very nicely indeed. Just dropped 1 point from his 3 opening rides. Impressive so far from the top 2 in the world.
Yeah, really impressive. Both boys show, well, the top 3 in their world are showing their form at the moment.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Roberts looks very good. He looks the form rider at the moment, but we know Kurtz, when the pressure's on, really can step up. Kurtz has got a rough draw to finish the night with. He's got gate 4 and gate 3 coming up. Lambert with a 3 and a 2. Smarsik 4 and gate 1. So see how that
Lambert's winning time in heat number 2 is still the fastest one, and he'll be pleased with that. Looking at heat number 14, that's a crunch race. You've got Lambert, Kurtz and Dudek going head to head. Something I'll have to give there. We've got the top speed, Kai Huckenbeck. It's the man who's got the highest speed. Verena. It's interesting how these guys have got the big speeds but actually aren't scoring the most points.
It's on the ramp on the way down to the track.
Brady Kurtz, he's gone the furthest in heats number 9. Hülkenberg, Michael Jepsen-Jensen, another rider that's really struggling tonight. That is inexplicable for Michael Jepsen-Jensen to have 1 point from 2 outings. Needs 2 wins, I would suggest, to have any chance of making an LCQ this evening. We've got 4 wins from both Gate 1 and Gate 2. The points scored from the respective 4 gates so far this evening is 26 points from the inside, 20 from Gate 2. Gate 3 has scored 13 points, as has Gate 4. Yeah, Michael Jepsen-Jensen, a man that I fancied would be in the final again. He's got inside gates. He's got Gate 2 and Gate 1 to come, and I would suggest simply has to win them if he wants to progress in this Grand Prix and pick up some healthy points, if at all possible. Looking at Anders Thompson, just his crew preparing his bike for his next ride. But the top 3 in the world, not 2, top 3 in the world are having a great run so far this evening and are dominating the round 6 here.
There we see Jan Kvek's mechanics downloading some data from that ignition system there.
Happened. I don't know what happened. The bike just packed up.
Yeah.
So track grading going on, water's gone down, a warm evening here for round number 6. We're normally accustomed to rain in this part of the world. Get your tickets for the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw, August the 29th. Okay, Emma's working hard for us as always. She's joined by Leon Meds.
Leon, not the start tonight that you would have wanted, but it is improving.
I can't hear nothing.
It is very loud down here. Leon's struggling to hear us. Not the start to the night that you would have wanted, Leon, but it's starting to improve now.
Yeah, with 2 zeros, that's definitely not the start I would like. But we can make the gates, and straight after a few meters we are behind and ending up last, going out of first corner, and then we're struggling. So we're working hard, and last heat was a little bit better, but still I lost the start from Gate 1. So we still have to try and make some changes on the bike and see if we can get better in the next race.
What kind of changes?
I can't tell you here, but you know, we're changing a setup on the bikes. The speed is all right, I feel, but we need to get away from the tape.
Best of luck. Thank you, Leon.
Thank you.
Yeah, he hasn't been good away from the tapes, and he has struggled so far this evening. It was an improvement last time, but and he came from some considerable distance back when it was quite a wet track. He did well to come from 4th to 2nd. You mentioned it, Ollie, in commentary when we went through the replays. But if he's going to make the LCQ, a little like Michael Jepsen-Jensen, he needs he's going to need minimum 5 points from his last 2 rides if he wants to try and go any further and pick up some healthy World Championship points here tonight in Sweden. Hasn't worked out for him so far.
No, not at all.
It's interesting how some guys just nail it, you know, like Brady Kurtz, clearly a country mile. He was in a class of his own in that particular race, but some of the bikes really working by well, like Robert Lambert's bike working beautifully. Just quickly promote the new podcast for SGP in 2026, Chats SGP. Lots of insight, well worth getting involved with. Riders really opening up about what it's all about to be a Grand Prix rider. And I heartily recommend listening to the podcasts that are being uploaded on a regular basis. But yes, just back to that original point, you know, just watching how Robert's bike is working absolutely beautifully, and he can be in a vulnerable position and still get himself to the front.
Yeah, and sometimes he's even in what looks like the wrong part of the track and his bike's working. So I mean that's like ideal, isn't it, if your bike's working like that?
Next 4 races, heat number 13, Cabrera, Verino, Frick and Nilsson. Kvek, Dudek, Lambert, Kurtz. They're out in heat 14. That's a big race at this time of the evening. Doyle, Jepsen-Jensen, Lebedev and Smarslik in heat number 15. Jepsen-Jensen doesn't get any easier. He needs a win there. And heat number 16, Hülkenberg, Madsen, Panitsky and Thompson. You would suggest that Leon Madsen, who's a Grand Prix winner this year, if he wants to go further, needs to win heat number 16. There's the man. Had a strange season. 1 point in Lancashire. Turns up in the next Grand Prix and wins it.
Yeah.
And he had 11 points with Jack Holder because he had a better race win. He got through to the final. And those fine margins really did help him out on that particular evening. But some of these guys are really up against it here this evening. Yeah. Right now, Jason Doyle is in 10th place, and Jason is on 4 points. Farina is in 11th on 3, so everybody's dropping points. So these last 2 qualifying races, you need to maximise them if you want to go further in the GP.
Yeah, you really do, and it's so important you get a good finishing position to allow yourself to pick a good start gate. We can see how important it is tonight that you aren't on gate 3 and 4. Yeah. So you when it comes to those LCQs or the final pick, you want to be choosing those inside gates.
Indeed. So riders are up tapes, racing about to get underway once again. And as I say, for Casper Farina, who is out here, this is a massive race for him. He's been untidy tonight, hasn't been at his best. He's made some mistakes. He's also been shoved around. He hasn't made the starts he would like. And Farina on 3 points, the rider in 7th place in the World Championship, desperate to stay there. He's got other opportunities to come back for next year's series, but I'm sure he would love to qualify by right in the top 7 in 2026. Got to turn it around now. Pressure on, no doubt about that. There's the position. Lambert leading the way, 9 out of 9. There's the man I'm talking about, 2-2-3. Ollie's Mr. Entertainment. And I think an awful lot of people would agree with that. But he's going to have to hit the front. That performance in Bydgoszcz, where we had 18 out of 18, we haven't seen that so far tonight. Here we go then, the lineup for heat number 13. Kubera on the inside in the red helmet colour. Gate number 2 in blue is Farina. Max Frick, gate 3 in white. And Kim Nilsson, the wild card, will go from gate number 4 in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, the sun going down. Beautiful evening. Tapes are up. We're charging into the first corner. It's Kubera. Kubera fires himself to the front. Farina's gone very wide. He's absolutely stopped the run, and Max Frick has been relegated to the back. We've got Kim Nilsson up the inside, but this is another super ride from Kubera. Farina leg trailing into second place. Oh my goodness gracious me. You cannot take your eyes off of him.
Casper Farina, we love to see it. Big surge around the outside on the first lap, then chops Nilsson's nose off going into turn 1 to secure that second spot. Now setting out after Kubera. It's another good gate from Kubera. That's 3 in a row for him. This time he didn't put it under the fence on the first bend, and he's looking good out in front. But Mr. Entertainment in second place, all action on the first lap.
Was indeed. And Kubera, after struggling last time, this will be his second race win of the evening. A handy ride, good start, and it's holding him in good stead. And Kubera showing some improvement in his form, a bit more confidence in the collarbone. He had surgery on it, never easy coming back after surgery, and there's no doubt you can see the body language and the way he punches the air. Dominic Kubera delighted to pick up the win in heat number 13. 3 points for him. Casper Farina charging into second place. 2 points for him. Kim Nilsson probably still shocked about the move that Farina made to pass him 1 point. And Max Frick, well, just not the evening he was looking for. See it again.
Yeah, Kubera on the inside, red helmet colour, makes a good start, opts to stay low on the first bend. Farina, first of all, he takes care of Frick on the first bend, takes him ridiculously wide and builds his speed up around the outside.
Took him to Norway, didn't he?
He did, yeah, just over the border. And then here's Farina, back wheel or front wheel in the air on the back straight, comes wide into turn 3 and 4, and this is where you'll see him chop across the front of Nilsson. There you go. You're not coming in there, mate. Here he comes across. Not for the faint-hearted. Inches between the two riders at 70 mile an hour sideways.
Well, you see how hard Kim Nilsson has to turn the bike. And Kim Nilsson is an expert at that.
Yeah.
So therefore, it wasn't too much of a drama for him. But by golly, Casper Farina put a lot of faith in Kim Nilsson being able to turn the bike. 7 points, 2 race wins, which is handy for Kubera. 1 more ride to come. Heat 14's a big race. There's some big hitters here. We've got Robert Lambert out, leading the way. He's unbeaten. We've got Brady Kurtz. He's in second place. And of course, we've also got Patrick Dudek, who will start the race from gate number 2. This is going to be quite some tussle. Who's going to come out on top? Lambert's bike has been working so well so far. Kvek's on the inside, don't count him out either, he's in red. Gate number 2 in blue is Dudek, gate 3 in white is Lambert, and Kurtz is on the outside. Yellow helmet colour, heat number 14. What a lineup, what a lineup. Green lights on, tapes are up, big pause. We're into the first turn, Dudek makes a lovely start. He hits the front, Robert Lambert takes care of Kurtz, runs wide. That bike, he can do no wrong, he can do no wrong. That was just wonderful stuff from Robert Lambert. He went out to the fence, then shot back, fired himself to the front, took care of Dudek. Brady Kurtz having to recover after that incredible first corner from Robert Lambert. Here comes Kurtz. Kurtz trying to get up the inside of Dudek now, but Dudek smart to it, wise to it, blocks the move, but Lambert's away. Kurtz with work to do in third place.
Yeah, what a first lap from Robert Lambert.
Wow.
Cut back off the first bend, dealt with Kurtz first, then charges up the inside of Dudek. Kurtz looks like he's got speed in third, but Dudek's no slouch. Fastest qualifier. Now the race is settled, looks comfortable in second. But Robert Lambert, I said it before, looks $1 million, looks so comfortable. And that Hashtag motor of his is working a treat this evening.
12 out of 12 for Robert Lambert. He is absolutely flying this evening. Bike and rider absolutely has won. Out of that first corner, he shoved Brady Kurtz up the banking. He then had the time, and the bike drove out of turn number 2, steamed up the inside of Dudek. And when he went by Dudek looked like he'd selected reverse. He just roared by him. Fantastic stuff. 3 points for Lambert. Remains unbeaten. Dudek, solid second place. 2 points for him. Slightly disappointing result for Brady Kurtz. 1 point. That might cost him a place to going straight to the final here this evening.
Yeah.
Let's watch this first corner again. This is just out of the top draw.
Yeah, keep your eye on Lambert, white helmet colour, takes care of Kurtz, covers that line, runs up to the dirt, turns back, straightens the bike up. Dudek unfortunately lifts there just as Lambert cuts back.
That was his problem, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there you go, he has to come off the gas. I still think Lambert would have got him, he had so much speed. Here we see Kurtz, this is tight, going into turn 3, really tight. Dudek knows he's there, he feels that Kurtz is there, shuts the door, and Kurtz has to come off the gas. But Robert Lambert, look at that, showboating over the finish line, looks really confident. Brilliant to see.
Yeah, he's almost in the final. He's almost there. And he's going along unbeaten with his 4 rides this evening. He's got gate 2 and heat number 17 to come. You wouldn't put it past him going through the card and going into the final with a 15-point maximum. Now, Bartosz Marslik's out here. He's off gate number 4. Brady Kurtz dropping a couple of points in the last race. That would not have escaped Mr. Bartosz Marslik's attention. A win here, and all of a sudden it's all about Lambert and Smarslik going straight through to the final. And Kurtz may have to go via the LCQ. Not guaranteed, of course, but it is a possibility. Line up. Heat 15, doors on the inside in red. Michael Jepsen Jensen, gate number 2 in blue. Lebedev's gate 3 in white. And Bartosz Smarslik will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go. Smarslik, can he take this opportunity? Lebedev's is riding well tonight. But a race on paper, you have to believe the world champion can win. Michael Jepsen Jensen makes a great start. Where's Bartosz Smarslik? He's at the back, trying to get up the inside. There's no room at the end there. Crikey, that's tight going down the back straight. He might be coming into third place, but Doyle blocks the move. And all of a sudden, out of gate number 4, Bartosz Smarslik really struggling. Michael Jepsen Jensen out in front, but he's under massive pressure from Lebedev's. And Smarslik with a real big tough task now.
Yeah, say what you want about what Kurtz did in the race before. Smarslik's got to do better here. Jepsen Jensen turned the form book upside down. He's leading. He's under pressure from Lebedev's. Lebedev's looking fast again, but Doyle, we know he's a tough customer. He's not going to let Smarslik go by without a fight, that's for sure. Here comes Smarslik roaring around the outside of turns 1 and 2 on the last lap.
Indeed he is. He's got to do something about it. He charges up the inside of Doyle. Doyle eventually has to give best. That point could be hugely important for Smarslik. Kurtz dropped 2 points in the previous race. Smarslik does likewise. They're locked together. Michael Jepsen Jensen comes out of nowhere. Out of nowhere to win heat number 15. Where was that? Where was that? Can't believe it. but he does need to win his last 2 rides, and he could just sneak into the LCQ. 3 points for Jepsen Jensen, 2 for Lebedevs, who's having a solid night. Bartosz Marslik had to work very hard for that 1 point, but it is a crucial point, and Jason Doyle misses out.
Yeah, it's Jepsen Jensen. It's all about him from the start. Makes a rocket from gate 2. He goes clear, opts to run high on the first bend. Lebedevs follows him. And we're used to seeing Smarslik in this position sort of weave his way through on the first lap. But Doyle made sure there was no room there on the home straight. And like I said in race commentary, Doyle's a tough man to pass. This is the last lap. Smarslik cuts back here and dives under Doyle going into the last bend. And he actually makes a little bit of contact. I think his dirt deflector just clipped Doyle going into the corner. But what a turn up for the books for Jepsen Jensen. Where has that come from? His form has been so poor tonight.
Yeah.
I know that his gate positions have been bad, but he's got to do better.
Got to pick up points when you're off the outside. He's got to finish with a win in heat number 19. He's got gate number 1. If he wins that, he'll finish on 7. And he might just sneak into the top 10 as a consequence. He's in 10th now. He's on 5. But all sorts of scenarios yet to come. Robert Lambert with 4 wins on 12. Kurtz and Smarslik on 9 apiece after 4 rides. Lambert effectively is in the final. So his performance so far has been outstanding, but he'll want to push on, of course, and try and pick up another ride. But yeah, Robert Lambert is in a class of his own tonight, really going very well indeed. Kai Hülkenberg on the inside in red, Leon Madsen, gate number 2 in blue, Nazar Panitsky is in gate number 3 in white, and Anders Thompson off the outside in yellow. All 4 riders not going great tonight. Not going great, but a win here for Thompson would be very handy. So Thompson from the outside gate, coming round the outside and gets to the front with Hülkenberg, who made a reasonable fist of it initially off the inside. Leon Madsen still struggling with his bike to get off the start. He's in the 3rd place with Panitsky at the back. But Anders Thompson, actually, this could prove to be a very useful win if he can stay in front.
Yeah, it really could. A great first lap from him. Leon Madsen now dives up the inside of Hülkenberg. He's taken over 2nd place. He's coming to life a little bit. Madsen showing a bit more speed in his last 2 rides. Hülkenberg now turns back and will have a look up the inside, but Madsen's got too much for him. But Anders Thompson, this is good for him. This will move him on to 8 points, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's certainly in the LCQ with 1 ride left to go.
Yeah, Thompson, an encouraging performance from him. As I say, he is a rider who's taking up an injury replacement opportunity here tonight in round 6. And swoop round the first corner, delights the Danish fans. Leon Madsen, his compatriot, coming through into 2nd place, but Leon Madsen's night really is below par. Kai Hülkenberg and Nazar Panitsky once again struggling for points here tonight in Malilla. Result of heat 16, a nice ride for Anders Thompson, who now moves into 6th place with those 3 points. Leon Madsen, 2 points in 2nd place, 1 point for Kai Hülkenberg, and Nazar Panitsky failing to score in heat number 16. Right now, Robert Lambert is into the final with his 4 wins tonight. We'll see this first corner again.
Yeah, great start from Anders Thompson, and from gate 4, not easy to win from there. He makes a good start and runs straight round the outside of everyone. Then the battle commences here between Hülkenberg in 2nd and Madsen. Madsen lifts there in 3rd place. You'll see him move up the inside here of Hülkenberg, and Madsen has showed a bit more speed in his last 2 rides, which he's needed to. Hülkenberg attempts to fight back, but had no answer for Madsen. And there's Anders Thompson in the pits with one of his pit crew. 2 race wins for him tonight. He'll be happy with that. 1 more ride left to go to try and get himself a good gate choice in the LCQ.
Indeed, so the position is with Robert Lambert unbeaten after 4 rides. He's on 12. Brady Kurtz and Bartosz Marslik have dropped 3 points apiece. They're on 9. So is Lebedevs. Patrick Dudek likewise. It's awfully close, actually. And this last round of races is going to be absolutely pivotal to who is going to join Lambert in the final. So we will keep a very close eye on that particular point. Okay, track grading once again going on, water going down, and Emma Jones is there, and Michael Jepsen Jensen is with her.
Michael, not an ideal start for you tonight, but brilliant in heat 15.
Yeah, to be honest, we changed like everything. But I think the main issue the first couple of heats have been the outside gates. It's been a big struggle. My starts have actually been good in all 4 rides, but the first 3, like I just felt like the back end of the bike wanted to pass me, and been fighting a lot with that. I feel like the last heat, if I wouldn't have made the start, I had a little bit more to battle with. But yeah, I think the main issue have been the start positions and a bit unlucky in the first corner, and then yeah, wrong direction have made it impossible on the track to catch up something. But yeah, that's the name of the game, isn't it?
It is ultimately, but like I say, you've come into this in fine form, haven't you? Are you full of confidence, Michael?
No, to be honest, last meeting I was struggling a bit, even in Poland. Of course, we're always hungry and looking for more, but we made some mistakes, and that's life. But no, everything can always get better, but sometimes you gotta trust what you're doing as well, yeah?
Michael, thank you very much. Best of luck for the rest of the evening.
Thank you so much.
So there we go, Michael Jepsen-Jensen bouncing back with a terrific ride, and he needs another one of those if he wants to make the LCQ this evening and give himself half a chance of a 3rd consecutive final. Robert Lambert, all of a sudden, that heat number 2, once again, he has the fastest race-winning time of the evening so far. Kim Nielsen right there as well. Lambert appears 3 times more. So that just gives you an indication of how well he's going this evening. And, you know, 4 rides and 4 wins. Jankovic, he has the highest speed of 116.1 kilometres an hour in heat number 14. 14 was a spectacular race, which Lambert won, and he produced his best top speed so far this evening in heat number 14. Brady Kurtz has gone the furthest with 1,373 metres in heat number 9. And so on down. Gate positions, gate wins by gate so far. We've had 5 wins from the inside gate, 5 wins from gate number 2, 3 wins from gate 3, and 3 wins from gate number 4. The points scored from those respective gates are this: 30 and 29, nothing to choose really between the inside 2 gates, 18 and 19 from the outside 2 gates. So very closely matched, but clearly the inside 2 gates will be favoured when riders have choice for LCQs and the final. Lambert making his way forward. Dream night so far for the British rider, former world number 2, British champion last year. He's won the Speedway of Nations twice. He's got a good CV, but looking for a second Grand Prix victory. Won in Voynes last year for the first time. Not last year, excuse me. It was 2024. Time flies by. Can he win this evening? He's looking good. So the grading continues. The last block of races coming up, 17 through 20. And there are riders, Kurtz, Smarzik, Lebedevs and Dudek, all on 9 points. At the moment, Kurtz is in 2nd place, courtesy of the best and the fastest race-winning time. But that can change. So this last round of heats, for the man to go through to the final, very important. Paul, who's she joined by? So Emma is down there. She's joined by Max Frick.
I certainly am. Max, your night has got increasingly better in each of your heats, hasn't it?
No, exactly. Not that last one, but we looked like we were stepping in the right direction. But yeah, that last one after the grading kind of made it tough. So 1 more to go. We'll throw everything we got at it and see if we can, try and finish on an 8.
Why was it tough in that last one, Max?
I think just kind of got pushed out a bit in that first corner, and there was a lot of loose material from that grading, and just made it, almost impossible to pass. So, yeah, it's what it is.
Best of luck for the rest of the night. Thanks, Max.
Thank you.
Well, not the night he was looking for, Max Frick. He's down in 14th place, and it's looking highly unlikely that he's going to go any further this evening, and it's a really disappointing evening for him. when you see the way he rode in round number 3 in Manchester, you've got to think, well, crikey, that was quite an extraordinary performance, but tonight, well below his best. SGP 2026, the podcast, Chat SGP, get involved with that. As I say, it's really good insight with riders just being a little bit more relaxed and giving you a bit more of an idea of what it's all about to be a Grand Prix rider. And also tickets still available for the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw in the PGE Narodowy Stadium. If you fancy a trip to the capital of Poland and in a wonderful stadium, that is well worth the trip out on the 29th of August. Fans enjoying themselves, bathed in sunshine. There's going to be a few burnt bodies as well, there's no question about that. The sun has been blazing away all throughout the day, but an idyllic Swedish summer day, that's for sure. And the days are long here, don't get much darkness at this time of year. Kurtz will go head-to-head with Bartosz Marslik in heat number 20. That could be crunch time, who comes out on top in that particular encounter, to see who will go through with Robert Lambert to the final. Kim Nielsen, Robert Lambert, Thompson, Lebedev's in heat number 17. Hülkenberg, Kvek, Kubera, Jason Doyle, heat number 18. Jepsen Jensen on another comeback trail here tonight. He's out in 19 with Vavrina Dudek, and Madsen, Smarslik, Frick, Kurtz and Panitsky. Heat number 20 could be very important indeed to join Robert Lambert in the final here this evening. Round 6, the last block of races before the LCQs and the business end of the meeting. Track grading continuing. It's the man who leads the World Championship. Who's going to come out on top in heat number 20? You would suggest that Smarslik has the upper hand because he's got the inside gate. Kurtz will come out of gate number 3, but Kurtz is looking pretty good. That could be a crunch race. Smarslik won't want to go, neither of them want to go through the LCQ, but Lebedev's out here, a win, puts him onto 12. If he can get the better of Lambert. Lambert doesn't really have any pressure here at all. A point or two will do him very nicely indeed. He's going to cruise on through, but Lebedev's a win and getting the better of Lambert, he will heap a lot of pressure on Dudek, who is also on 9 points, and Kurtz and Smarslik. So several scenarios still to be played out here in the last 4 heats.
Yeah,
this has come from Robert Lambert. This is just an extraordinary performance. It's one of the better performances I've ever seen him have in Grand Prix.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd put it up there with his SON performance in Manchester a couple of years ago. That stands out for me for obvious reasons. But he has looked really good tonight. Looked really fast. We spoke about it earlier this season. I felt a sort of different level of maturity with him this year. I think he seems a more confident person in himself. He looked fantastic in Landship. We haven't seen that form really since, until tonight. It looks really good. I'm pleased for him.
Yep. So a more settled rider, and, riding very well. He's moved into 3rd place in the World Championship coming into tonight. He's going to move further away because Michael Jepsen Jensen struggling for points, who was just a couple of points behind him. So ideal time for Lambert to put in a really strong performance. Guaranteed, pretty much guaranteed 14 points already. He'll want more, of course. He'll want to win. 20 points would be very, very nice indeed. And a second win at the highest level doesn't do you any harm at all. Heat number 17, riders have arrived at Tapes. Lebedev's is out. Lebedev's has had his best Grand Prix of the season, round number 6, second half of the season. That more relaxed attitude that he was talking about, enjoying his racing a bit more, as without question, it's paid dividends tonight. He knows this track, it's ridden here, and he's used that experience to very good effect. So there's his position. Lambert's in control of the Grand Prix at this stage, but riders behind on 9 points. Kurtz, Smarslik, Lebedev's and Dudek. Well, wins here for them in their last rides, well, could give them the opportunity to go through to the final as well. Kim Nielsen's on the inside in red. Lambert's in gate number 2 in blue. Thompson on 8 points. He'll come out of gate 3 in white. He's had a good night, Thompson, really. And Lebedev's on 9 points will start the race, heat number 17, off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Roaring into the first turn, and it's all about Robert Lambert once again. He gets there, he's a little bit untidy, but pulls it off, and it looks like Robert Lambert is going to go through the card here, and there's no doubt it's all about the British rider. He's out in front, riding out of his skin, and Robert Lambert can do no wrong tonight.
Yeah, fantastic start for Robert, probably his best one of the night. He's gone clear. Bit of a scrap at the back between Lebedevs and Thompson. Andre Lebedev's now forced his way into third place. That'll help him secure that spot in the LCQ. Kim Nilsson riding a clever second place there from the inside gate position, but it's Robert Lambert. It's all about him, really.
Yeah.
Miles out in front, looks fantastic. And this will be 15 points for the Brit.
Yeah, 15 out of 15. Oh my goodness, don't throw it away now. Launching himself into the last corner on the back wheel. Robert Lambert, very impressive indeed. 5 rides, 5 wins, 15 points. Cruises straight through to the final. Disappointing ride from Lebedevs. Possibly just slipped up there. That's an opportunity missed. And when you in regard to going through to the final, he'll have to go through the LCQ, I would suggest. Lambert won't. 3 points, 15 points in total. Kim Nilsson in second place, 2 points. 1 point for Lebedevs. He finishes on 10. And Anders Thompson out of the points and finishes on 8 points. But this man, Robert Lambert in the blue helmet colour, well, he's just in a class of his own this evening.
Yeah, he is. He made a really, really good start there from gate 2. I think he'll fancy that later on, possibly. Here we see the battle for second. Kim Nilsson riding that inside line. Normally a wise option after track grading. But Robert Lambert, it doesn't matter where he rides at the moment, that bike of his is hooking up. There you can see the front wheel just pouring the air as he comes off the bend. And again, look, that's on the back straight last lap.
I think that was a little bit over the top. I think he possibly...
Yeah, he enjoyed himself. Yeah, very confident rider. Great motorcyclist, really is.
Yeah, looking good this evening. We're seeing the best of Robert Lambert here in round 6 in Malilla, that's for sure. Riders are at tapes for heat number 18. We're rapidly coming to the conclusion of the qualifying races. We've got Kvek and Kubera. Kubera's had a good night. This is a big race for Doyle. Doyle's well outside the top 10. Could do with winning this if he wants to creep in. He's on 4 points, Doyle. Needs a win to move on to 7. That might be enough to make the top 10. Only might be. Hasn't had a great night, but Doyle is beaten up. He had that really horrible crash in Wroclaw. Had another get off here in qualifying today when he hit a hole coming out of turn 4, threw him off the bike because the rear chain came off. Line up here, number 18. Kai Hülkenberg, red on the inside, gate number 2. It's Kvek, gate 3 is Kubera, and Doyle's on the outside. Oh, there's drama. Kubera's gone down. I think there'll be too much controversy about that. That was a classic first turn. Bunching. Kubera, who's been riding well, he's had a couple of wins this evening. He'll be pleased. Well, hopefully he's all right. He's not getting to his feet too quickly. But that's the first time we've had a first corner incident tonight. So let's hope he's okay, because he has been in the wars. He's had surgery to his collarbone. Let's hope he hasn't re-injured himself.
Yeah, let's hope so. Looked a fairly innocent fall. Here we're going to see the replay of it. Keep your eye on Kvek in the white helmet. Just gets a nudge there from Kvek. Nothing sinister, nothing too untoward. It was just all 4 riders getting to the track at the same time. They sort of pinched together, and as Kvek leans into the corner, the back end comes out and clips the front wheel of Kubera. He goes down, well, I say easily, he goes down relatively softly for a crash on a speedway bike. But yeah, there we go. So
all 4 back, it's being confirmed, Ollie. No surprise there. Kubera just making his way back, and we'll see him again. And with all the 4 riders coming to the start, we see it again. Just got a bit of a clout from the rider on the inside of him. But that bike of his has been working well from the start, so he'll want that bike back if he can. He'll be hoping that it isn't too twisted and bent out of shape.
Yeah. Doyle makes quite a good start from gate 4. He's almost there. Hülkenberg keeps it fairly low on the first bend, and you just see Cabrera slide off towards the fence. Here he is walking back. He looks okay, but it's now a race against time for his mechanics to make sure that #1 bike of his is ready for the rerun.
But Cabrera, it's all about getting as many points out of heat number 18 as he possibly can. He's in the top 10. He's got an LCQ to come, but it's all about getting a good gate position now. Gates 1 and 2 appear to be the favoured ones. That's where all the majority of the points are being scored from. Jan Kvek, he's outside the top 10. He's in 12th place. He's on 4 points. A race win may be good enough for Kvek. He's had a stop as well. He had that problem earlier on this evening, but he needs a win, Kvek, if he wants to make the LCQ this evening. So all sorts of different scenarios and pressures on riders coming into this final block of races here this evening. Not just looking at riders potentially to go through to join Robert Lambert in the final, but riders to try and creep into the LCQ so they have an opportunity to join the top 2 in the final.
Yeah, plenty of scenarios going on. And like you say, there's different scenarios for different riders. It's not always just, some riders are just desperate to get to the LCQ. Yeah. Others are trying to get a good gate position. So, you know, there's a lot going on. Everyone's got their own, every rider out there is facing their own battle going into this last ride. And there's a lot to think about. Here we can see the mechanic, he's making an alteration to the chain there, removing some links, possibly shortening the wheelbase. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe looking for a little bit more traction from that gate 3. That's what I would suggest is happening here. You can see the mechanic just replacing the false links in the chain. Clutch cooler on, cooling the temperature of the clutch. With every start you do, your clutch sort of gains heat, gains temperature, and really you want your clutch to work at its sort of optimal level.
Working
you want it to
on
be quite
2 bikes here. Working on 2 bikes. Sorry to interrupt, but looks like maybe they might be looking to change bikes here for this rerun.
Possibly.
Not entirely sure, but they are working on both of them. Or maybe they're going to take... Is that a clean bike?
I didn't want you to put a new tyre on there, okay? You said this bike to me, so don't ride.
Just getting a little telling off from the race director there, Big Phil. Cabrera now getting on his spare bike. Looks like the first one's not going to make the cut or make the time.
No, he won't. That won't be ideal. And that's the tyre that he originally started on. It's not a fresh tyre, so it has done a start. Still nearly new, but ideally he probably wanted a fresh tyre in. But it is a spare bike at a time when really and truthfully he wouldn't want to change. The other bike, he'd won a couple of rides on it. So under pressure, Phil Morris keeping an eye on what's going on. Riders are at tapes as well, so the clock is ticking down. Difficult for me to see the clock from our commentary position here in Malilla, but not entirely sure how much time he's got, but I think there's sufficient time for him to make his way to the start line. Here he comes. Cabrera is looking to try and finish off with another win here and move on to a double-figure score and a very good opportunity for a gate pick in the LCQ if he could manage to do so. Jan Kvek, who's had his problems this evening, is outside the top 12 and he needs a win to move on to 7 points and then be patient to see if that will be enough to be in the top 10. Here we go then. Lots of pressure, lots riding on it, and a race win here would be very handy indeed. Hülkenberg on the inside in red, Kvek gate number 2 in blue, Cabrera gate 3 in white, and Doyle off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Second time of asking. Here we go then. Charging into the first turn. Gate number 18. It's all about Hülkenberg initially. Great move from Cabrera. He pulls that off. Can he hang on in front? It's tight between himself. Good move initially from Cabrera. Can he repay the compliment? Because Kvek has come up the inside. Kvek! Oh, wow. Oh my goodness gracious me! Kvek came from nowhere. Hülkenberg's off the bike. Throws the bike away. It's going to be a red light now. Red light. He literally leapt off the back of the bike. And I hope he's okay, because he landed heavily on his backside. And he's sort of on his knees. But Jan Kvek will be frustrated because that was an excellent move from the boy from the Czech Republic. but Hülkenberg just getting it all wrong through turns 1 and 2, but he is on his haunches. Hülkenberg is on 2 points, not going to make the LCQ, hasn't been a good evening. He'll be excluded for that. He was the primary cause of the stoppage, all on his own, and the white exclusion light will be illuminated. Paweł Słupski is our referee from Poland. But it all got quite hectic, didn't it, coming out of turn 4 towards the end of the first lap?
Well, it was a chaotic first lap. I look forward to seeing it back again.
It's okay, that's good.
You can see his airbag's been deployed there. What to keep your eye on. Hülkenberg there in the red helmet colour, flies across turns 1 and 2, possibly doesn't get as much. Oh, look at that from Quebec, lifts across the front of him. It means then Hülkenberg turns very late and very narrow into turn 1, and he then can't stop the bike before hitting the fence. I've never seen anyone bail out quite like that just before hitting the fence.
He got off early, didn't he?
He did very early, yeah. Most riders have maybe laid it down before then. So he's effectively jumped off the bike at about 60 miles an hour. So no wonder he's grimacing a little bit on the way back to the pits. Tough night for Hülkenberg, not what he would have wanted. He's showed speed at times, he's been involved in some scraps, but hasn't really got a lot to show for it.
He is trying to get back in the Grand Prix series, but if he does manage to re-qualify for 2027, something has to change. Because the times we've seen him as an injury replacement rider this year and previously as a fully fledged rider, he doesn't score enough points. I know that sounds too simplistic, but he needs to change it, because we see him produce some really, really good performances at times.
Yeah, there's that crash again. Here we see Quebec's been all action again tonight, and it's Quebec's move across the front of Hülkenberg that forces Kai to take a really narrow line into turn 1. He turns very late, very narrow, and then he just can't stop the bike in time before hitting the fence. And then elects to sort of ghosty off the back of it before he hits the fence.
Yep.
He'll feel that in the morning.
He will. Jan Quebec was on a change of bike in his previous ride, and hopefully that decision will pay dividends now. But Kai Hülkenberg is having a word with his compatriot René Deddings, who works for the FIM and the SGP2 race director. But his evening is over now for Kai Hülkenberg. He'll complete his night with just the 2 points, which is a disappointing return for him. So there'll be just 3 riders coming back to the start line for heat number 18. This man, we're talking about him a lot because he is in a position where he can make the LCQ, but he needs to win. In my opinion, he needs a win to force his way in. This man is pretty much confirmed to be there. He's already on 7 points, but he'll want a good gate pick because Cabrera is rebuilding his season. Hasn't had a good season, but tonight, if he could somehow get a good pick and make the final, that would be a terrific effort from a man who's been on the sidelines for a while with an operation to his collarbone. Jason Doyle, likewise, he's on 4 points. A race win might be enough for him to make the LCQ. So plenty to race for. Riders back at tapes for the second time of asking for heat number 18. Sun going down in the background. What a glorious scene it is. There are thousands and thousands of people here, and the atmosphere is terrific. They're bathed in sunshine. It really is short sleeve order. Hasn't been in recent years. Refreshing to say the least. Doyle just going through his pre-start routine. 40 years of age now, Jason Doyle. Tough customer. Had a tough season again. No rider on the inside because he's excluded. Quebec's on gate number 2 in blue. Cabrera comes out of gate 3 in white, and Doyle's off the outside, yellow helmet colour. Second time of asking, 18. Plenty on the line here. These boys will be going for it, that's for sure. Let's go. We're into the first turn. It's tight, really tight indeed. Quebec's got there, comes Doyle around the outside, needs to keep it going if he can. And Jason Doyle has done remarkably well to do that. He was a little bit out of shape. Bike just pulled him a little bit hard at one moment, but he held it on and he's got to the front. And now Quebec's gone down. There was contact, it was tight. And Jason looks over his shoulder.
I think he knows
possible that the referee might take a dim view of that one, Ollie.
Yeah, from the first view, the view I saw there looked like Doyle made contact as he moved up the inside of Kvek. Kvek knew what he was doing. He knew Doyle was coming. He held his ground. I'm not saying he took a dive, but I'm saying he knew what he was doing. He knew Doyle was going to turn back and come under him, so he held his ground. The contact was made, and then Kvek's gone down. Be interesting to see the replay and see if there's sufficient contact. If there was, I hazard a guess Doyle will be gone.
There was a bit of contact.
I think so.
Let's see it again.
Yeah, Doyle, he comes from a long way back. It's a big dive bomb, isn't it?
Takes the front wheel, I think.
Yeah, he does. Front wheel across the curb, has a little look over his shoulder. Yeah, he makes contact with his front wheel. I don't think Doyle can really argue about that one, unfortunately. It's a shame, really, because 3 points there for Doyle would have seen him possibly make the LCQ. It's one of those things, really. There's no malice in it from Doyle. He's not gone out to
the referee's taking
anyone.
his time. Agreed. This was a racing incident. There was no, as you rightly say, no malice in it. Good to see that Kvek is up on his feet. We'll see him clout the side of him there. That's the moment when the contact is and unsettles Kvek. And it's a fairly robust move from Jason.
Yeah, it was a brave move. It was sort of an audacious dive up the inside from quite a way back. But like I said, no malice in it. But he makes contact with Kvek, and under the sort of current rules, I think it will be Doyle that's excluded, which is a shame for him. He's been in the mix tonight. It's not a lot of contact, is it? It's
not from that angle.
No, it's dirt deflector at most. It's maybe less contact than I originally thought. Kvek knows he's there. He knows what he's doing. Make sure there's minimal room for Doyle. Doyle's committed, isn't he? Doyle's at this point, as they cross the finish line.
Well, the referee's taking his time, so he's obviously looking at these angles. Yeah. This one is probably where the front wheel, for me, touches him. The back wheel does touch it.
Yeah.
And I've got to believe that it didn't just bail off. I'd be surprised if Kvek's included. No, Doyle is out. Yellow light has been illuminated, and Jason Doyle, the former world champion, has been excluded from Heat 18, which is taking some considerable time now. And we're down to 2. And Kvek has been, he retains his place with Cabrera. So as long as he completes the 4 laps, 2 points is guaranteed. But what I would say, that 2 points probably won't be enough. He needs 3. And that's Jason's evening over. Not the best of evenings here in Sweden. Needing to put behind him. And he finishes on 4 points from his 5 rides. Exactly how many World Championship points he's scored, we'll bring that to you a little later on when we get to the LCQs. But for this man, for the 3rd time, he'll come back to the tapes. And so will Cabrera, who's been tipped upside down in the original stagings of this race. It's still an important moment for him, because Kvek is making his way.
He needs a win, doesn't he? Kvek's got to win, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, as I say, he's 12th. Theon Madsen and Michael Jepsen Jensen in front of him, but finishing on 7 points. Those other guys are on 4. That would force Michael Jepsen Jensen and Madsen to win their last race. He needs to keep that pressure on those 2 Danish boys if he can. Riders just preparing themselves. As I say, we are down to 2 riders. It's a match race situation between Cabrera and Kvek now. Clock is running down. So should be enough time. It's not too far from where they are. They roll down the ramp and come out onto the track. Cabrera has arrived at the start gate. Kvek not too far behind him. So just the two of them, as I say, with two riders have been excluded, and that's Hülkenberg and Jason Doyle. Riders in gates 2 and 3 are the two riders remaining. Kubera, who's won a couple of races, winning races also is handy, particularly when it comes back to count back. Kvek has had one race where he failed to score and he retired. There was a problem with the bike. So third time of asking, no rider on the inside, rider in gate number 2 in blue, gate 3 in white is Kubera, and Doyle from the outside has been excluded. Two of them head-to-head match race, classic scenario. Here we go then. Revs up, tapes up now, clutches are out. Kvek will just about get his nose in front as he gets to the first turn. He roars 3/4 of the way up the back and powers down the back straight. Nice first corner from Kvek, that. Didn't go too far and leave the door wide open for Kubera to shot back to the inside. Kubera doesn't have to win the race. He's through in the LCQs. It's all about Kvek just nailing this and picking up the 3 points to put the pressure on the other two riders on 4 points. Kvek looking good in front.
Yeah, I echo what you said, really. Good first bend from Kvek. Clever start, clever first bend, didn't do too much. And he's got speed in that bike. He looks fast. He's looked fast every running of this race. He's been involved in the mix. Kubera taking the second place. He'll move on to, what will that be, 9 points for him comfortably in the LCQ. And this 7 points for Kvek now should move him into the lower end of the LCQ, and that'll be a good night for him.
So Jan Kvek moving on to 7 points, did what he needed to do. Now it's all over to Michael Jepsen-Jensen and Leon Madsen, who have got a ride to come. And you can see that that was a significant move for Kvek. He moves into 8th place, but there are 2 races to come. 3 points for Kvek, 2 points for Kubera. Jason Doyle and Kai Hülkenberg excluded from heat number 18.
Yeah, here we see the two riders. Bit of a race-off between the two of them. Kvek, clever first bend, moves Kubera out. He had to, otherwise he'd have ridden around him. And after that, just stretches his lead. He looks fast. That bike's working well. Track's starting to cut up a little bit. A little bit bumpy across the corners there. Little ridges of dirt. The riders are getting traction on. Kvek on the back wheel and then on the fence. Down the straight, all action. He's a brave rider, tenacious, doesn't give in, and he's ended the night with a win there. He'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Heat number 19, there are 3 riders here that are all desperately trying to make it into the top 10 this evening. And that is Casper Verina, Michael Jepsen-Jensen and Leon Madsen. They are all out here in heat number 19. Who's going to come out on top? Michael Jepsen-Jensen, a completely different rider last time out. Came out of nowhere. The world champion, there was a red-hot favourite. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen was able to come through and give himself a squeak of going further tonight. But it's a strong lineup. And we've got Verina here, we've got Dudek, who's going along pretty well this evening. A win for Dudek could change his fortunes massively. If he could win the race, he'll move on to 12 points. And then all of a sudden, it's about what can Smarslik do in heat number 20. Smarslik will have to beat Kurtz then if Dudek can win heat number 19. Here we go then. Jepsen-Jensen, inside gate, red helmet colour. Casper Verina, gate number 2 in blue. Patrick Dudek out of gate 3 in white. Leon Madsen from the outside, yellow helmet colour. Still so much to race for. All sorts of these scenarios. Here we go then. 3 nights on, tapes are up. We're away. Jepsen's made a lovely start on the inside. He gets himself to the front. Verina all over the place. Brilliant first corner from Madsen. All the time that chaos was going on with Verina, Leon Madsen has come from nowhere and fired himself to the front. Here comes Dudek. Dudek's come into 3rd place. Michael Jepsen-Jensen.
Verina.
How on earth are they going to stay on? But Verina somehow has stayed on and has come through into 2nd place. Michael Jepsen-Jensen untidy.
Yeah, that is incredibly brave from Verina. Squeezes down the outside of Jepsen-Jensen down the back straight and then shuts the door on him going into turn 3. Second time we've seen him do that tonight. That's the 3rd time. Dudek uncharacteristically at the back.
Yeah.
But it's Leon Madsen ending the night on a high. Verina all action in 2nd under pressure from Jepsen-Jensen. Can he make a move on him going into the last lap? Doesn't look like it.
Leon Madsen with a stunning move in the first corner. Picks up a useful win in heat number 19. Let's see if that's enough. He'll finish on 7 now. Verina will finish on 7 as well. Michael Jepsen-Jensen, his evening is done. That's not good enough. And as you say, inexplicably, for Patrick Dudek out of gate number 3, fails to score in heat number 19. Madsen 3 points. Kasper Verina in second place, 2 points, 1 point for Michael Jepsen-Jensen. And Patrick Dudek out of the points in heat number 19. Let's watch it again.
Yeah, it's there's a lot going on here on the first lap. Jepsen-Jensen makes a great start, elects to run really high. Verina throwing his body in the mix straight away. What we don't see is out of picture there. Madsen cuts back and takes the lead. Here's Verina around the outside. Jepsen-Jensen on the back wheel. Verina then chops across the front of him going into turn 3. Incredibly brave move by him. Leon Madsen celebrates with a wheelie over the finish line, and that's going to move him into a qualifying position for the time being. But what a race that was. And Leon Madsen, he's ended his night with 2 seconds and a win for 7 points. Some turnaround after 2 zeros.
Well, at the moment, Leon Madsen, with that win, has moved himself into 8th place. He's in the LCQ, and after an awful start to the night, there were lots of riders on 7 points, but at the moment, it appears that Leon Madsen may have made his way through to another ride here tonight. Heat number 20, this is crunch time. Who's going to go through to the final with Robert Lambert? Will it be Bartosz Marslik, or will it be Brady Kurtz? Brady Kurtz is on the outside gate, Bartosz Marslik is on the inside one. This is another head-to-head between the top 2 in the World Championship, and a lot riding on it. A lot riding on it. Because Kurtz picks up the win, then he'll join Lambert in the final, and if it's Marslik, he will go through to the final. Lambert, Smarslik on the inside, the red helmet colour. Max Frick, gate number 2 in blue. Kurtz out of gate 3 in white. And Panitsky will go from the outside in yellow. As I say, this is a real shootout. Max Frick has had an awful night. Here we go. Tapes up, we're away. And it looks like Smarslik's got there. Smarslik heads to the front. Kurtz chopping back out of gate 3, follows the world champion through. Now, Max Frick on the outside. He's now trying to get round it. Brady Kurtz electing to go high and wide. Smarslik's in front. Here comes Frick. Frick making it hard for Kurtz. But right now, the world champion has got the upper hand, and Kurtz has gone back to 3rd place.
Yeah, big pressure race, this one, between the two big guns, and it's a great first lap from Smarslik. Kurtz dives up the inside of Frick, but Frick shuts the door. Kurtz pulling all sorts of shapes not to run into the back of him. The world champion out in front, stretched his lead. Kurtz now moving around the outside. He looks to cut back again. But at the moment, Frick holding on to 2nd place.
Bartosz Marslik getting the upper hand here in heat number 20. And this is good news for the world champion and the championship leader. Max Frick in 2nd place. Brady Kurtz back in 3rd. And Bartosz Marslik joins Robert Lambert in the final. No LCQ for the world champion. He's chuffed to bits. And Brady Kurtz has got the hard yards to do. So Lambert and Smarslik through. Kurtz just misses out. And he'll have to go through the LCQ this evening. Smarslik, very useful win for him, 3 points. Max Frick, 2nd place, where did that come from? 2 points for him. Brady Kurtz really did have a tough race there, 1 point in 3rd place, and Panitsky found the going very tough in heat number 20.
Yeah, Brady Kurtz doesn't make the best start from gate 3 at all. It's Smarslik that leads the way into the first bend, holds a tight line, and then from then on is relatively untroubled. Here you see Kurtz and Frick going at it for the first lap or so. Frick cuts back here on Kurtz and takes the 2nd place from him. They're tight down the home straight there. They almost clash. Max Frick using that inside line, then moves across the front of Kurtz. I think Kurtz can really do about it. That's a big win. It's a statement win for Smarslik over his main rival.
Indeed it is. There's no doubt about that. And we had to wait some considerable time, of course, for the top 2 to go head-to-head, and Smarslik had the better gate, courtesy of a better qualifying performance earlier today. There's no doubt about that. Gate 3 has been problematic. But that is a solid performance from the world champion, and he joins Lambert in the final. Kurtz is the next best. He finishes in 3rd place. He'll have a good pick for the LCQ. There's how it rounds out after 20 races so far tonight. Lambert, impeccable, unbeaten, 15. Smarzik through on 12 points to join him. Kurtz, Lebedevs, and so on down. And in 10th place is Kim Nielsen, the wild card. So the wild card will have one more ride, or possibly 2 more rides, excuse me, this evening. Casper Verena misses out. Michael Jepsen Jensen misses out. Max Frick, a Grand Prix winner, missing out tonight. Some big hitters not at their best here this evening in round number 6 in Malilla. It's building up nicely. Big 3 races to come. And we will have the gate selection, of course, for those LCQs when the riders come forward. Riders in 3rd, 6th, 8th and 9th are in LCQ1. And riders placed in 4th, 5th, 7th and 10th will come forward for LCQ number 2. So Kurtz will definitely be out in LCQ1. And I suggest he'll have the best gate pick, or the first gate pick. Wouldn't be at all surprised if he takes the inside gate for that. He'll be joined by Patrick Dudek. In 8th place is Leon Madsen. Madsen's come from nowhere. He's been hanging on by his fingertips tonight, Leon Madsen. Had a really poor start, but somehow has managed to drag himself into the LCQs. He'll be in LCQ1, and then in 9th place in LCQ1 is another rider that's had a roller coaster tonight, and that is Jan Kvek. So Lambert's winning time from earlier on still holds strong in heat number 2. He's had 1, 2, 3 very good winning times. Kvek's speed has been pretty impressive in heat number 18 with Kubera in that match race, effectively, and there was just 2 of them left. Brady Kurtz has gone the furthest distance, followed by Lambert and Kvek, and so on down. Now the gate positions are crucial, of course, particularly now with the big races to come. Gate 2 working particularly well. That's just nudged in front. 6 wins from the inside, 7 from gate 2, 3 from gate 3, and 4 from the outside gate. Points scored from the gates. 36 from the inside. Gate 2, 39, 21 points from gate 3 and 23 from gate number 4. Interesting to see if riders do pick gate 2 if they have the first choice. Brady Kurtz will be the first rider to be called forward in LCQ1. There's the points handed out. Disappointing nights for those guys, particularly Frick, who's a Grand Prix winner. So is Verena, just picking up 6 and 5 points respectively. Opportunities missed. No Jack Holder here, and for Frick and Verena, they would have been desperate to try and really capitalise. Kubera, Doyle, and so on down. Not sure if Marcel Kowalik is actually here, but in actual fact, I know he's not. The riders just gathering. We'll be down to Emma Jones very soon for the gate selection for LCQ 1 and 2. Leon Madsen, who finished in 8th place, he'll be coming out in LCQ 1. Okay, let's get down to Emma Jones for the gate selection for the LCQs.
Thanks, Kelvin. Yes, it is indeed time for gate selection for LCQ1. And we'll start with Brady Kurtz. No surprise there that Brady heads straight for the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, Patrick Dudek. Hi, Patrick. Who heads for, again, no surprise there. Goes straight to the blue gate, gate number 2, Leon Madsen. Is he going to go for white or yellow? He settles on white, which means Jan Kvek goes for the yellow gate, the outside gate. Okay, that is it for gate selection for LCQ1. Best of luck. Okay, next up then, gate selection for LCQ2, and we'll start with Andrei Lebedevs. Again, I don't think that's any surprise. Goes straight for the red gate, the inside gate. Dominic Cabert is next. I can just about see you, Dominic. Goes for the blue gate, gate number 2. Anders Thompson is next. Goes for the white gate, gate number 3. And finally, our wild card this evening, Kim Nielsen, who is left with the yellow gate, the outside gate. Okay, that's it for gate selection for LCQ2 as well. Best of luck.
So there we go. The next 2 races, and in the context of the World Championship chase, Brady Kurtz up against it. He'll come out in gate number 1 and LCQ number 1. And can he produce the start? Patrick Dudek is right alongside him. Slightly surprised that Leon Madsen went for gate 3 when he had the option of going for gate 4. I fancied he might have gone on 4. He did remarkably well, actually, Leon Madsen, when he came out. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out in the not too distant future. There's the points. We've seen the graphic just a little earlier, but Verena with 6 points, Jepsen Jensen 5, Frick, Doyle, Panitsky and Kai Huckenbeck, not Marcel Kowalik, is the final point for this evening's Grand Prix. Big moment here, very big moment. Smarslik, the champion, the championship leader in the final. And Kurtz, once again, has got to go through the LCQ. He's done it before, but he's human, and there is pressure in this situation. Only the winners will go through to the final. Big moment here. Smarslik wins. Kurtz misses out on the final. Lead is significant going into round number 7 in Poland at the beginning of August. Just quickly to remind you, tickets for the Speedway World Cup final are still available in Warsaw in the PGE Narodowy Stadium on August the 29th. A meeting not to be missed. Smarslik just being able to relax for a moment, but this is a crucial moment for Brady Kurtz, the Australian.
Yeah, it really is. And we've seen him in these type of moments before. He normally steps up. He's not one to be phased under high-pressure situations, so I'd expect him to make the most of this gate 1 here. He needs to. The last thing he wants is to not make the final and let Smarslik pull further away. He needs to stay within fighting distance of him. But it's a tough lineup. Dudek's been going well. Madsen's come to the fore as the meeting's gone on, and we know what Quebec's capable of.
What are your thoughts on Leon Madsen taking gate 3? I fancied that he should have gone for gate number 4 because statistically gate 3 is the worst gate, and I was just trying to remind myself what gate he had. He won the race off gate 4 in heat number 19 to put himself in this position, so I would have thought he may have gone for it again.
Yeah, possibly, but then I think he won the gate from gate 4 by cutting back. I think he missed it and turned back underneath everyone, so maybe he feels that he maybe has a chance of making it from 3. I don't know.
Okay.
But although he won the race, sometimes that's deceptive. He didn't make the gate from 4, did he? So
No, his confidence is such that he feels that he has a better chance of winning the LCQ from gate number 3, which is not the best gate here this evening. Not many race wins from there, but we will wait and see. Kurtz on the inside. Didn't have any hesitation. Gate 2 has just got its nose in front on the stats, but at this stage of the evening, well, you've got to believe the inside 2 gates have got the best chance. They've scored the most points throughout the evening.
Yeah, I think all night the riders have been looking at the LCQ and thinking, I need a top 2 pick, purely for those, for that reason. The odds are heavily stacked on the inside 2 gates, I think.
So Brady Kurtz, who has just had 2 third places in his last 2 rides, which is unusual for him. Just his standards just dipped a touch in heats 14 and heat number 20 when he had the outside gates. Here we go then, crunch time. LCQ 1, Kurtz is on the inside in red. Patrick Dudek, gate number 2 in blue. Leon Madsen at gate number 3 in white. Jan Kvek starts the LCQ 1 from the outside in the yellow helmet cutter. Competitive race, tension high, context of the World Championship, a lot riding on it. for the Australian, the man who's 3 points behind Bartosz Marzlik coming into tonight. Here we go. He's made a great start, but Dudek's made a very good start out of gate number 2. Dudek electing to go high on the banking. That allows Kurtz to the front, and Kurtz leads the way as they go down the back straight for the first time. Ideal opening lap for the Australian. Dudek possibly made a mistake there. Leon Madsen is back in 3rd place with Jan Kvek out the back. This is going perfectly for Brady Kurtz.
Yeah, not the best start from Kurtz, but he did enough to get there. Crept round the inside on the first bend. Dudek looks fast in 2nd. At the moment, that's how the race is going to stay. But Brady Kurtz, when the pressure's on, has stepped up again. We've seen it time and time before. When he needs to, he pulls a good result out of the bag.
Into the final lap of the LCQ number 1. Brady Kurtz showing all the character in the world here. Fabulous start. Got the business down the back straight. Showed great turn of speed. And he joins Robert Lambert and Bartosz Marzlik in the final. Having to do it the hard way. Once again, the composure is right there. Didn't miss. There was a long pause on the start. Stayed still. And gate number 1 proved to be the right place. Kurtz is through to the final once again. Patrick Dudek, Leon Madsen and Jan Kvek miss out. Still an improvement from Dudek. You would suggest some decent points here tonight.
Yeah, keep your eye on Kurtz on the inside. Dudek beats him out of the start really, but Patrick then runs across the corner, opts to use the outside line, and that allows Kurtz the room to sneak through on the inside. He lifts across the back straight, then clouts the fence harder than he'd want to. Fairly untidy for Brady, that was. You can see Dudek there winding it up on the outside. He looks fast, Dudek. I think whatever position he takes, he's more than capable of holding on to it. But Brady Kurtz, when the pressure is on, he managed to come up with the goods again. We've seen it before. It doesn't faze him, and he's managed to match his rival by making the final.
Yep, he is. So just being out battled in Q1 this afternoon in qualifying, not getting the great pick, just running out of steam in his last couple of qualifying races, just putting him on the back foot a touch. Won't have a great pick for the final, but that doesn't mean to say that he can't win it. LCQ number 2, riders are at tapes. Who's going to join Robert Lambert, Bartosz Marzlik and Brady Kurtz in the final here in round number 6 in Malilla? Kim Nielsen would love to do that. The wild card, he would delight the home fans. He's got gate 4 here, and that would be a wonderful achievement for Kim if he managed to do it. Lebedev's much improved tonight, Lebedev's, and I must say that he would dearly love to be in another final. He's picked up double figures in his qualifying heats. He's got that inside gate, must have a chance. Kubera's been well, it's a much better improvement for Kubera, and he's been making some pretty sharp starts. Lebedev's on the inside in red. Kubera gate number 2 in blue. Thompson out of gate number 3 in white. Kim Nielsen, the lone Swede, in the LCQ on the outside. The green light is on, the tapes are up sharpish, and away they go. Anders Thompson's made a good start from gate 3. Remarkably, can he get round the outside? I think he can, you know. Anders Thompson, that is a sensational move and effort from Anders Thompson from Denmark. Gate 3, not the favoured gate, but he made it work, and Anders Thompson is away. Kim Nielsen coming through in the 2nd place momentarily. Lebedev's challenging him back, and Kubera in 4th place, but how about Anders Thompson?
Yeah, what a start from gate 3. First one of those we've seen all night, and what a time to do it. Big battle for 2nd place at the moment between Lebedev's and the wildcard Kim Nielsen. The Swedish fans were on their feet as Kim Nielsen put Lebedev's under pressure. But at the moment, Lebedev's fought back. He's got that 2nd place under control now. But it's Anders Thompson out in front with a fantastic start from gate 3.
Fabulous move down the back straight, and Anders Thompson in as an injury replacement rider tonight makes the final. He's into the final in round number 6. He joins Lambert, Marzlik and Kurtz. And a great result for Anders Thompson, who's not a fully fledged Grand Prix rider in 2026. But he will have a beaming smile underneath that helmet. The Danish rider will be chuffed a bit to make his first final of the season. great move round the outside in the first corner. Thompson through to the final. Lebedev's, Kim Nielsen and Dominic Kubera missing out in LCQ number 2. I would not have fancied him tonight, Anders Thompson, but this is a great effort.
Yeah, a really good start from gate 3. It's not performed well at all, but he just about got there level with Lebedev's and then ran high on the first bend and swept round the outside. Kubera was disappointing in that race. He really was. I expected more from gate 2. That was the moment Kim Nielsen dived up the inside of Lebedev's, had the Swedish fans on their feet for a few seconds there. But Lebedev's, he held on to that position.
Just reflecting on Anders Thompson's performance, he's had gate 3 3 times. Prior to the LCQ, he scored 1 point, having had gate number 3 twice. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, he makes a stunning start and picks up a win in LCQ 2. That's fantastic.
I tell you what, that will give Brady Kurtz hope for the final, won't it? Because he's going to have 3 or 4.
Yes.
And so to watch Thompson do that from gate 3, he's got to look at it and go, yeah, I can do something.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. Absolutely right. Valid point made. And Anders Thompson into his first final of 2026. Fair play to him. Going along very nicely indeed. One big race to come. Top 2 in the world are in there. Top 3 in the world are in there. Robert Lambert, who's unbeaten so far. Will he win his second Grand Prix in his career? He won in Voyens back in 2024. He'd dearly love to win here in Sweden. And when you've gone through the card like that with a 15-point maximum, morally you deserve to win the Grand Prix. We saw that with Bewley in the first round when he was unbeaten going into the final, but Verino had other ideas coming out on top on that particular occasion. Lebedev picks up 12 points tonight. Dudek on 11. Leon Madsen, well, to be honest, Leon Madsen, 10 points after a poor start. Not too bad. Kim Nielsen will be pleased with his 9 World Championship points tonight. Kubera, slightly disappointing in the end, just running out of steam in the LCQ. 8 World Championship points for him, and Jan Kvek picks up 7. So those are the points that have been awarded so far. It's just the top 4 to be decided in the grand final here tonight in Malilla. I do hope you've enjoyed it. This crowd certainly have. Terrific crowd, great atmosphere. And even without their number 1 rider here, Freddie Lindgren, the Swedes have turned out in their numbers. The weather's helped, there's no doubt about that. It is an open stadium, so when the rain comes, you are certainly going to get soaked, that's for sure. But what about this man? What's going through his mind now?
Well, he's got to be very happy with his night's work so far. 15 points, dominant performance. Has never really looked like being beaten.
No.
That man there led him for a little while, but he may eventually passed him, and that's no mean feat in itself. Like you said earlier, probably the best we've seen Robert Lambert for a very long time, if not ever, in the Grand Prix. Probably ever. This is his best Grand Prix performance to date, I would say.
So far,
in the heat races. So he'll be very, very pleased. And right now, he'll just be focusing on what gate he thinks will do best.
Okay, now this is it. This is what it's all about. Emma's down there, ready for the gate selection for the grand final.
I am indeed. And we start with a man who's had a perfect night so far, Robert Lambert. Robert, who goes for the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, Bartosz Smarzlik. I don't think that's a surprise. Goes for the blue gate, gate number 2. Brady Kurtz is next. Brady goes for the white gate, the gate number 3. And finally, Anders Thompson is left with the yellow gate, the outside gate. I think you wish you could go for the inside gate there, don't you, Anders? Okay, that is it for final gate selection. Best of luck.
So there we go. Choices have been made. Lambert did think about gate number 2, but elected to go from the inside gate. Smarzlik gate 2. Kurtz not going for gate number 4, despite the fact that he dropped points out of gate 3 in his last ride. Just seen Thompson win from there, could well have been on his mind. And Anders Thompson will go from gate number 4 in the grand final tonight. Great head-to-head. It is turning into a 2-horse race to a degree, but Robert Lambert is hanging tough. And for Lambert, who is unbeaten coming into the final, what a moment for him. But this man, he's been there, got the T-shirt, no doubt about that. He looks a little bit more relaxed. Got put the wrong helmet on there.
Get
for
the
a
right
minute.
helmet, mate.
Yeah. Just you're coming out of gate 2. That would have been rather embarrassing to actually have got down to the start with the clock ticking down. Just 90 seconds now for these boys to get to the start line and be ready to go. But these are tense moments. In truth, for Thompson, absolutely nothing to lose. He's not in the series. This is a wonderful effort by him. And if he can make the rostrum tonight, I'm sure he'd be, well, of course, he's going to be chuffed to bits.
Yeah, he is. Sometimes, you know, as a rider or a sportsman, when you're in this position and you've got nothing to lose, it's a free hit, there's less pressure, sometimes you can perform better. So maybe that's how he feels. But that man there, we saw Brady Kurtz walking through the pits. There is some pressure on him. Big duel here between these two.
Yes, there is, and the championship is close, just 3 points in it. 30 wins for Bartosz Zmarzlik at Grand Prix, 6 wins for Brady Kurtz. Of course, Kurtz hasn't been in the Grand Prix anything like as long as Bartosz Zmarzlik, but Zmarzlik has got more wins than all the other riders put together in Grand Prix. Quite an outstanding achievement that is. Can he win in consecutive Grand Prix here in Malilla tonight? Kurtz is going to do everything in his power to stop that from happening, that is for sure. Riders entering the arena for the final time here in Malilla. What a conclusion to a terrific night of Grand Prix Speedway. Weather's behaved, the fans have enjoyed it. It's been a great turnout, best turnout I've seen here in a decade. Really is good. A lot of people, when they see the forecast, I think we're going.
Yeah, we're in.
That's it. It's going to be a great night. And so it's proved. And what a way to finish the night, with the top 3 in the world going head-to-head here, Ollie. And Thompson, an injury replacement, and a former Grand Prix fully-fledged rider as well. And a Grand Prix winner, of course. We'll never forget the night he won in Gorzhov. The celebration. Fantastic scenes. But Thompson has ridden nicely as well. Great way to finish the night. Riders just doing their little bit of gardening. Lambert's bike, I can't believe they've changed it. I just can't believe it. It's been working so well. The only real danger Lambert's got is if Zmarzlik can somehow just pin him on the curb. He's going to have to if he's going to hit the front. Lambert starts the final from the inside gate in red helmet colour. Zmarzlik's alongside him. Blue helmet colour for him. Kurtz comes out of gate number 3 in white. And Anders Thompson off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. What a way to finish the night. Top 3 in the world and Thompson as well. Good race to win this one. No doubt about that. Here we go then for the last time. And away we go, and Zmarzlik's just about going to get there. Does exactly that, clamps Robert Lambert on the line. Here comes Kurtz. Thompson round the outside. Anders Thompson winding it on. Zmarzlik is going to have to be cautious here. And here they come. Thompson's hit the front. Can you believe what you're witnessing here? Lambert now up the inside, and Zmarzlik has gone from first to third. Zmarzlik now charges back up the inside, pushing Robert Lambert, but Lambert holds firm, but Thompson from nowhere leads the way in the final.
Yeah, Anders Thompson from gate 4, what a turn up for the books. Robert Lambert, he for the second time tonight has passed Bartosz Zmarzlik. He's in second place, he's trying to make ground on Thompson. But at the moment, the Danish rider out in front, the injury replacement, is stretching his lead out in front. What a result for Thompson.
Thompson now down the back straight. He's going to win his second Grand Prix. And it is quite an extraordinary performance. He has done the business. Many congratulations to Anders Thompson. He probably can't quite believe he's done it. What a lineup. And he took advantage. And he just got the better of the opposition. And there was no stopping him. Fabulous win from Anders Thompson. A subtle reminder to everybody that he is a world-class performer. He's had his injury problems. He's been in and out of the Grand Prix. But this is a very special moment for Anders Thompson. We spoke about it, he had nothing to lose, but the door was wide open down the back straight, and he took it with both hands. Zmarzlik went from first to third. Lambert, unfortunately, doesn't quite clinch the deal. He finishes in second place. But the lead in the World Championship is extended by another couple of points, with Brady Kurtz just finishing off the rostrum. What a night for Anders Thompson. Fantastic performance. He wins his second Grand Prix. Robert Lambert in second place, Bartosz Zmarzlik in third, and Brady Kurtz back in fourth place. Well, he was not the one. I bet you if you looked at the odds for that final, his ones would have been very long.
Yeah. Well, incredible from gate 4, really was. I guess we should have known. I mean, he did fantastic off gate 3 in his semi-final. So, yeah, really good ride for him. Fantastic night, and he's shown that he can perform at this level again. A great reminder for him and his fans. He'll feel really good about that.
Well, he's turned 8 points into 20.
Yeah, and the important thing is here in the grand scheme of things with the championship standings is Zmarzlik beat Kurtz again.
Yes.
So gains another couple of points. Here we see it again. Zmarzlik and Thompson are the ones that make the gate. Zmarzlik's more concerned about Lambert. He covers the inside. He makes sure there's no one. He rides a tight line into turn 3, and that allows Thompson to build his speed up around the outside. It's the first time we've seen Zmarzlik do that all night. He's headed out wide most times, and he got caught there. Lambert builds his speed up on the outside, then turns back, goes under Zmarzlik. Zmarzlik tries to return the favour, but Lambert holds on. There we see a member of the Thompson team over the moon with that result. It certainly was a turn-up for the books.
Yeah.
And Anders Thompson is rightly thrilled with that. What a ride for the Dane, really was.
Yeah, a special moment for Anders Thompson. And as I say, he will be chuffed to bits with it. And many congratulations, Bartosz Zmarzlik, of course, former teammates in Gorzów. They know each other very well indeed. And Bartosz, gracious in his reaction with Anders Thompson. But I'm looking forward to the interview, that's for sure. I'm not sure he's going to ride around in his underwear again as celebration. You never know. He did when he won in Gorzów.
We get a lot of mosquitoes here, don't we? So I wouldn't do it. Not in the forest.
Brave man. Brave man indeed if he was.
Oh, he's moving.
But he's enjoying himself. Anders Thompson wins the night. He picks up the big 20 points. Robert Lambert in second place with 18. Bartosz Zmarzlik back in third, 16 points for him. And Brady Kurtz just off the rostrum like he was in Wrocław. He finishes in fourth and picks up 14 points. Not a disaster for Kurtz. It could have been worse if Zmarzlik could have maintained his lead. But in the end, it's just a 5-point lead now in the championship as we look towards round number 7 at the beginning of August. But an incredible night and a surprise winner. And I don't wish to be derogatory in that, but not a lot of people would have been talking about Thompson coming into the night. But what a way to win. Fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
So there's the positions in the championship. 98 points to 93 between the top two, Zmarzlik and Kurtz. Lambert going along nicely in third place. Michael Jepsen-Jensen dropping away. He still hangs on to fourth. And it really is the top 3 now, isn't it? And there's quite some significant distance between the rest. Farina, actually, funnily enough, hangs on in the top 7, goes into 6th place with Jack Holder dropping down. He's not here, he's injured. Max Frick, Dudek Thompson. Thompson on 50 points as an injury replacement rider. That's quite staggering. And he's actually, what is he? He's only 5 points behind 7th place.
Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely remarkable. And there he is. He's been encouraged to keep his clothes on this time. So, a bit of conversation going on between Zmarzlik and Thompson. As I say, when he won in Gorzów, that was his home club, and he was just overjoyed. He was just, he just couldn't control himself. Okay, let's get some reaction. Emma's down there with the winner, Anders Thompson.
Anders, wow, your first win in 4 years. How do you feel right now?
I not really understand it yet, I guess. But, you know, I put all in for tonight because I go holiday tomorrow. I say, okay, let's do it. I put all what I had. The team as well, and we were gambling for the last seat because I had gate 4. And what an amazing feeling. And I want to thank my family and, of course, my girlfriend for this. I'm really proud and happy.
And all of the fans as well that have turned out here tonight and supported you.
Yeah, it's great to see so many Danish people here. Thank you so much for coming, the Danish people. Of course, our neighbor, Sweden. Thank you so much.
And Anders, this serves as a reminder of just how world-class you can be, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, the Grand Prix haven't been fitting me for the last years and couldn't really find myself in it. I'm doing good job in the Extra Liga and in the Danish League and around, but in the Grand Prix I couldn't get it together. So I'm so happy everything went my way today.
And I can really sense the emotion even now just talking to you, Anders. This is really quite an emotional moment for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because, you know, I thought I was finished in the Grand Prix and my focus was absolutely in the leagues. So, yeah, today I go into the meeting with no pressure and just, yeah, come on, guys, smile and let's do what we can. And we find a good setup after we make a 0 point. So, yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Huge congratulations, Anders. Enjoy the celebrations and your holiday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a night for Anders Thompson, and a fantastic win. And when you look at his performance tonight, he started off with a win, he then went quiet with a couple of third place, then he had a win of heat 16, heat 17, he didn't score. And he crept into the LCQs on 8 points, and he gets through the LCQ off of gate number 3, which was remarkable considering in heat 17 he hadn't scored from there. And then off gate number 4, round the outside, when everybody else is hustling up the inside, Smarslik, Lambert and Kurtz, Anders Thompson had the door opened for him, and he roared around the outside, Ollie, and picked up the 20 points, and he's on 50 points. I reiterate, he's only 5 points out of the top 7. Now, we don't quite know how many opportunities he's going to have in the Grand Prix, but with the injury situation, it is possible that we will see him again.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is, and it's not far from his grasp to grab a top 7 spot.
Thompson is replacing Bewley. Bewley has a broken leg. He's on the way back, but he's not going to be back straight away.
No.
Anyway, the gold race jacket doesn't change hands. He will carry it on, the world champion, and he has a 5-point lead, and the 6-time world champion moving towards a 7th title. Smashing night for Robert Lambert. Must have felt he had every chance of winning his 2nd Grand Prix after winning a couple of years ago in Voyens. But a terrific performance and consistency for Robert Lambert at the highest level with 2 consecutive podiums in rounds 5 and 6. But the winner, with a really fetching smile, he's an exuberant character. He's a bit of an extrovert, there's no doubt about that. And Anders Thompson clearly absolutely delighted. And generous congratulations from the other 2 riders. Nice to see, fantastic. Well, we're into the second half of the season. Round 6 has been completed. Dignitaries coming forward now to present the trophies. Michael Carlson from the Holtzfred municipality, the council. It's only not many big towns around here, actually. Holtzfred's only a tiny little place, but it's a real speedway environment here. They love it. And 20 times they've staged the Grand Prix. But the 20th time they have done, it's Anders Thompson that's come out on top. Michael Johansson comes forward and presents the 2nd place trophy to Robert Lambert, who looks happy enough, but when you've gone through the card, like, you reckon?
Yeah, there'll be a tinge of disappointment, I think. I think the real winner here is Smarslik. The 2 people that are beating him are behind him in the championship. They're not his main rivals. He had to beat Kurtz, didn't he? And he did. So
absolutely. Arkin Lehman, the representative from the FIM here, presents the winning man, and Anders Thompson. He's loving that, and why not? Yeah. Wasn't one of the favourites going into the LCQs, but he had 2 outside gates. He had to do it the hard way. Didn't get a favoured gate. He won the LCQ from gate 3, and he won the final from gate number 4. Impressive, to say the least.
Gentlemen, if you're able to, please stand up.
So now we pause for the national anthem of Denmark.
Denmark.
Okay, there we go. A proud moment indeed. He said it to Emma. A proud moment for him and his family, his girlfriend, to come out on top here in round 6 in Malilla. The opportunity for some photographs with the press in front. But to hear your national anthem standing on top of the rostrum like that, it's a truly special moment for any rider from any country. And tonight, that feeling and that honour is all about Anders Thompson. Special moment indeed. Brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a rider in the pits who's not happy for Anders Thompson right now. Well-liked character, always fairly bubbly, good guy to be around. So, yeah, fair play to him. Well done.
Absolutely, yeah. So celebration time. As you rightly say, the winner possibly tonight in the World Championship chase is Smarslik. He gets the better of Brady Kurtz. And when you consider how close it was in 2025, 1 point decided the World Championship. Bartosz Smarslik has come from 3 points behind 2 rounds ago. He now leads the World Championship by 5 points with 4 rounds to go. It's all on. Still everything to race for, but Smarslik will be pleased. He has been in 6 finals out of 6. He's only won 1. But the consistency is what it's all about, and that's why he's leading the championship.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. He always manages to get it done, doesn't he? Even on his off nights. I think he's looking better, though. I think at the start of the year, it looked like a struggle for him to make the finals. He really had to fight and claw his way into the LCQs and the finals.
Making better starts.
Yeah, but he's trapping now.
Yeah.
And that's a worry for everyone concerned.
Indeed.
But he'll be pleased. I think, you know, he's finished 3rd, but he will be pleased with tonight. He had to beat Kurtz, that's what he did. Lambert's still 20 points back from him in the championship, so it's not a drama to him. And Thompson's not a contender, so you know he'll be pleased with that, I think.
So Anders Thompson, I think, was going to get down to his underwear again, but the race director Phil Morris has just stopped him from doing it. And he did last time when he won in Gorgeoff.
Come on, Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
Give the crowd what they want to see.
Yeah, a little bit of a moment. I think Anders was very much up for it.
This is what he goes to the gym for, moments like these.
Okay, that's not quite going to happen tonight. But still, yeah. Okay, well. So Anders Thompson still enjoying the moment up on the rostrum. He's reluctant to leave, and why not? We'll have a few photographs with the trophy just to for the press, and then he'll make his way back. As I say, we can just start to look forward to round number 7 in Łódź, which is a new venue to us all, to the World Championship. We're going back to Poland, which will be the 2nd leg of the Triple Crown as well. We'd like just to take this moment to reach and say a few words about Ty Woffinden. Ty Woffinden, the 3-time former world champion, has announced his retirement today. A special rider who made a huge impact on the sport. It's with great sadness that he moves away. Injury clearly making it very difficult for him to continue. He will go down in history as one of the best speed riders ever. A 3-time world champion and the best British rider ever to ride at the highest level. All the very best, Ty, for the future.
Yeah, I can only echo that, really. I've had the pleasure of managing him over the last few years. Been a pleasure to deal with, and really has been a true professional and led Great Britain on multiple occasions. So I'm sad to see him go, as is the rest of the sport. Here we go. We're in business now.
Looks like there's been a change of heart here.
Kelvin, don't do the same. Kelvin, keep them on.
Okay, all right, if you insist. No, Anders Thompson, he is quite a showman, and there's obviously been a change of decision here. Where the new CEO of Macefield Sports Events, Richard Coleman, is quite clearly wanting Anders Thompson to enjoy this moment. moment to the full. And he did it 4 years ago when he celebrated in his jock strap, riding round on his Speedway bike. And I think we're going to see a repeat of that very shortly. There's an awful lot of kit they've got to get off because they've got knee protectors, they've got all sorts of gear. So this is not a quick, not a fast process. But be patient, everybody, because Anders Thompson, I can assure you, won't let us down. And everybody will be very keen. So there we go. And a bit of celebration and a real showman, as I say, a fantastic victory for him, his family. I'm not sure if everybody's going to be totally convinced about his celebration here, but he doesn't care. Down to his underwear, his bike's there on the centre green, and I'm sure he's going to be riding it around very shortly.
Yeah.
Just slip the boots back on, and he'll be back over to
Here
his
he comes.
Here he goes.
The man of the night in his underwear, Anders Thompson with one of the most risque victory laps you're ever likely to see.
Well, we've seen it once before. This is very much a repeat of what we saw 4 years ago in Gorshov, but fair play to him, and fair play to the organisers for allowing it. Fantastic.
What a man.
You've got to love that.
Yeah.
It makes the celebration lap for Pastor Smarstik and Robert Lambert look very tame indeed. So Anders
Lambert
Thompson...
and Smarstik have got to do better. What are they doing?
They've got to up their game.
All their gear on, ridiculous.
What do they think they're doing? So what a night, and a fabulous moment for Anders Thompson. He delights everybody here by going down to his underwear for the second time in his career, and he celebrates his second Grand Prix win at the highest level, and why not? So fair play to him. So thank you very much for your company. Anders Thompson has stolen the limelight here, there's no doubt about that. And he will, and these memories will live long in the memory.
Unbelievable.
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 Well, I'm sure we'll see him again. Let's hope he can produce something similar in Łódź. I wouldn't put it past him. But round number 7 is at the beginning of August, so please rejoin us. We've got a short period of time with no Grand Prix Speedway, but for this man and the other 14 riders, they are beginning to look forward to it. So thanks for your company. And we will look forward to your company in Łódź at the early part of August. Good night for now.
Thank you very much.